Welcome, boils and ghouls, to the Christmas episode of Playing Games of Strangers. We're doing something a little bit different this time. We changed systems up for the Christmas special just because I like really extreme tonal shifts. They amuse me greatly. So for the Christmas episode, we are going to be playing our game in the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition game system from CASTJohn. They are kind enough to let people play their stuff without having to pay royalties on podcasts. So I'm like, hey, let's take advantage of that. So most of us are here. JS is not with us this time. He is celebrating his wife's birthday with her. So he is sitting this round out. So in his place from the Supersonic Pod Comics RPG, yet to be named, we have Dallas Mora.
Hey, how's it going?
Also from Geek Devotions and Com Talk, if you are familiar with those podcasts. And of course, he is the husband of the lovely Celeste Mora.
Hello.
Who y'all know as Aelin. We're not playing our normal characters this evening, though, although I am what will be called the Keeper, as the DM is called in Call of Cthulhu, so that's a thing. With us, as always, we have Steve MacDonald, the only
That's
Mac
me.
I'll make a podcast with.
That's me.
And the great talent that is Josiah Crandall.
Greetings and salutations.
And then Dave Clements is here with us as well, who brings the party to everything and does everything better than everybody else.
Sure.
Dave's like, we'll go with that.
I've got coffee, so we're good. We're on. Let's go.
Let's
Hey,
do
coffee.
this. All right. So also big thanks to Jimmy P. Brown II and his band that some of you might know, Deliverance, for giving us permission to use their music in tonight's episode.
Thank you, Jimmy.
So
Speaking of music,
go ahead.
isn't it time to roll the song?
I was actually planning on doing this after the theme song, but I
Ah,
guess we're going to do the theme music now.
Well,
Josiah
well
decided
done.
to make an executive decision.
It was perfect cue. I'm sorry. We can just cut it out and pretend like I didn't say anything.
Nope. What's done is done.
No editing.
No, I'm not Ben.
We'll edit in post.
Probably don't.
We'll do it live.
Silent nights, holy nights, all is calm, all is bright. Round your virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly fields, sleep in heavenly
All right. To set the scene, we are in New England. The year is 1925. We find ourselves on the campus of a very upstanding college known as Porterhouse College. You all have been invited to Porterhouse College for the Christmas lecture series and a feast which is called the Gaudy.
Gaudy.
Yes.
Okay.
And with this lecture series, it's something of an eclectic lecture series that is being held on campus. Most of the students don't attend. Typically, this time of year, the students are spending off campus with a few exceptions, such as certain sports teams and staff. The lecture series in Gaudy are typically put on by some of the rich, more well-known alumni of the college. And one thing that is known to happen at the Gaudy is they bring out the bodies of the former masters of the when I say masters, they're like the headmasters of the college, and they set them at their former seats of the table at the feast. They prop them up in their coffins to be amongst the rest of the staff.
So they're just the coffins? Are they the coffins opened?
They are open, but they, due to like hygienic issues and no, keep in mind this is 1925. OSHA doesn't exist.
Oh, that's true.
Due to certain hygiene issues as well as contamination and whatnot, they have like a clear plexiglass slate that kind of covers the top of their coffin so you can still see them. But we're not there yet. This is just setting some background. So you guys have been invited on campus. I guess my first question for y'all is, no, we're gonna set it up this way. You guys are walking into registration, and you guys are picking up name tags. And this lecture series goes on over a course of several days. So you're intending on staying here for a while. You'll be staying in the dormitories where you would normally expect the students to be staying. The five of you all are in the registration area, kind of like a holding area until you are to be met. So go ahead. Let's go ahead and have you guys describe yourselves to each other. We'll start with Ambrose.
Ambrose Lewis. My name is Ambrose Lewis. I'm from Arkansas. Probably a little bit larger than the regular gentleman. I'm an athlete. And even though I have this accent, it doesn't seem like I'm a dumb guy like some people stereotypically think people from my part of the world might be. Arkansas does raise some bright individuals. Anyway, my name is Ambrose Lewis. You can call me bro if you're friend or foe. If you call me Amber or Rose, you get a punch in the nose.
All right. And Ambrose, as you walk
Bro.
in and... What was that?
Bro, please.
Yeah, I'm the keeper. I can call you whatever I want.
Ron's fault, I'll die.
Suddenly tentacles come from the sky and they grab Ambrose by the neck.
Grabs bro by the neck.
Mr. Cthulhu.
Can you please call me bro before you eat my brain?
With that, Calvin, you walk in the room and you see that figure of a brick house of a man signing in. Go ahead and describe yourself, Calvin.
My name's Calvin Sawyer. I'm a photojournalist. Just here taking pictures, doing the photojournal thing. I'm just out of college. Only been out of college a couple years. But trying to explore the world, get a little bit of cred under my belt. Taking photos.
What do you look like, Calvin?
I haven't. Well, I don't quite recall because I haven't looked in the mirror for a couple hours. But
on the spot, make your character on the spot.
Yeah, brown hair, not real tall, not real short, kind of average. I wouldn't stick out in a crowd probably. I try to grow my facial hair over this nice scar on my jaw, but it's a little patchy. So, yeah, I mean, not too much about me. I kind of keep to myself. So, I don't know.
All right. And then another younger gentleman walks in. Clayton, go ahead and describe yourself.
Yeah, my name is Clayton. I'm from a small town out in Missouri called Ash Grove. I gotta emphasize that SH. Pretty normal guy. Try to be healthy enough to fly the plane because it gets cold up there and sometimes fatigue hits in. So I try to stay pretty healthy. But yeah, I'm just a normal guy from Ash Grove. I'm a pilot. I like to fly planes as about as high as they get and just get away from my problems from back home because I don't know if you guys know about Ash Grove, but we got a background back there that I don't like to talk about.
All right. And then a kind of middle-aged, more well-to-do looking gentleman walks in to the registration area. George, go ahead and describe yourself.
Oh, yeah, of course. You see a older gentleman, tall, about 6'3" or so, in a nice gray suit, graying, slicked back hair, and not plain, but friendly look about him.
Played by Jimmy Stewart. Awesome. Wait, what was Jimmy Stewart's name in It's a Wonderful Life? Was it?
George Bailey.
Oh,
name.
good Lord. Okay, I see what's going on here.
It's a wonderful afterlife.
Right.
Hopefully.
And after George comes in, a woman comes in. Sarah Jane, please describe yourself.
I am a very forgettable character. I have blonde hair and kind of gray eyes, and I'm very quiet looking. That's me. I just like books. I probably won't talk a ton to people unless you want to talk about Tolkien or C.S. Lewis. I can talk about books all day.
They actually hadn't written much in 1925 to speak about.
Oh no. Let me go further back. I do literature.
You could probably say that you're into H.P. Lovecraft at this time period. He was in his heyday at this juncture.
Mm-hmm.
Algernon Blackwood, Ambrose Bierce. Yeah, lots of different ones you can choose from.
I am not using the Google right now to find those authors.
Google didn't exist back then either.
You'll have to use DuckDuckGo.
Hence, she's not using it.
Exactly.
You're in the day of Yahoo and Ask Jeeves.
But I don't. I was gonna say I like F. Scott Fitzgerald, but I really don't like his books. He's very not my favorite.
You probably like Ella Fitzgerald.
Well, yes, but that's a whole different story.
So, all right.
Oh, T.S. Eliot. I can handle T.S. Eliot.
Okay. So as you are gathered and kind of introducing yourselves to each other as you do in strange situations, some of you have been invited as guests. Others of you have been invited as speakers.
Does anyone know where the speakers are supposed to be? Is this the right place?
Are you one of the speakers?
Well, yes. I'm doing a small talk later in a few days on some economics.
Oh, very nice to meet you, sir. My name is Bro Lewis.
You say your name is Bro,
Bro.
like a ship, or like a brother.
Like a brother, but it's short for Ambrose.
Ambrose. Yes, okay.
Call me bro, friend or foe, but call me Amber or Rose and get a punch in the nose.
Right. Okay then, bro. I'm George. George Bailey.
Nice to meet you, George.
Now, where are you from? I can't quite place that accent.
I'm from Arkansas, the Ozark region.
Oh, yeah, never been there myself.
Beautiful
Whereabouts
place.
in Ozarks are you from?
Exactly. Whitaker Village.
Okay. I was out there once or twice.
That's very strange. Only about 20 people have ever been there.
So you'd be surprised how much traveling you do when you're bored. I'm from the northern portions of the Ozarks, up in Nash Grove and Springfield.
Oh, all right. Nice to meet you, brother.
Meet you too, sir.
Right about this time, you hear a loud kerfuffle happening across the room as one man is shouting to another. You hear him say, "Well, I don't care about what tradition dictates. I'm not going."
That sounds like a kerfuffle.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Sounds like someone's not going.
As you look over, you see a large bearded man storming out, and a little bit more diminutive, mousy-looking fellow. Looks a little hot under the collar, staring after him and kind of wringing his hands in frustration.
Well, wonder what's got under that fella's britches.
Looks like he's having a bad day.
Yeah, it does. Excuse me, sir.
I approach the small guy who looks kind of angry.
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. Everything is as it should be. May I ask who you are?
Oh, yes, George. George Bailey.
Yes. Mr. Bailey, you are here for the talks, correct?
Yes, a little economics talk later on in the week, I believe. Scheduled for, was it Tuesday?
Yes, yeah, I believe so. Hello, I'm the college porter. I'm the one who hadn't made contact with you. If there's, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was just going to say it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you. I assume that you'll be staying for all the talks and the Gotti at the end as well. That is tradition. That everybody who attends must also come to the feast at the end, so we can pay respects to the old masters and look forward to the new year.
Oh yes, looking forward to it.
Excellent. And then he looks at the rest of you. Forgive me. I didn't realize you had friends with you. I am the porter. I am Porter Scullion.
Peter Porter?
No. No, people just call me Scullion. That's my last name. And who all might you be?
My name's Clayton. How's it going?
Clayton. You're here for the talks on avionics, correct?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I've been curious about that. I have a lot of
there's a lot of speculation amongst us in the higher learning world. Some people believe that might be the future of mass transportation. I find it to be a bit ridiculous myself.
Well, it's a bit ridiculous to think a man can fly, but I'll tell you what, it's fun.
I'm sure. And you, my lady.
Yes, my name is Sarah Jane Hotep.
Madam Hotep, you're here to speak on the science of cataloging literature. If I am correct, yes.
Yes, I do love organizing things.
I do look forward to that one. It sounds quite intriguing to me as well. Thank you for coming. And oh my, I recognize you. You are that famous baseball player, Ambrose. Am I correct?
You can call me Bro.
Ambrose Lewis. Yes.
Bro Lewis, you got it.
Oh, Bro, right. How quaint.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yes. Nice to meet you as well. And then, I'm sorry. Who are you? As he looks at you, looks at you, Calvin.
I stick my hand out, real friendly. Calvin Sawyer, nice to meet you. You said Scullion? Is that right?
You can call me Porter Scullion. Yes. And then he reaches out and he tentatively takes your hand and kind of gives you the dead fish handshake.
All right, that seems to fit. All right.
His hand is very clammy and moist.
There's a word for you.
Washed that lately. All right.
Yes. Allow me to show you to the dormitories so you can set your things and prepare for this week of higher learning and the feast at the end of the week.
Oh, yes, it sounds great. What was that portly looking fellow all in a huff about?
Oh, that was the current headmaster Grantley. You would be interested in him, I suppose. He is the PhD. He has a PhD in economics.
Yes, I thought I recognized him. I read some of his papers.
I don't understand why the board elected him to be the headmaster of this institution. It's just he has no sense of tradition at all. If anything, Porterhouse has been founded upon the traditions that have been laid forth by the previous masters. That's why we have the gaudy to pay respects to these traditions for over 100 years, even.
Well, yes, that makes sense. I do hope that he gets out of whatever funk he's in. Now, you said something about our rooms?
Yes. Follow me this way. And he takes you to the dormitories, and as he is walking along, he's just kind of pointing out the campus. Sort of at one end of the campus, there's a hotel called the King's Head, and there's kind of a cathedral on campus, and shows you where the buildings of higher learning are located at. And then he takes you finally to the dormitories, and he goes, yes, here are the dorms. They're currently unoccupied for the most part. The ones who are occupied are all the ones on the bottom floor, which is taken by staff and some of the upperclassmen who have stayed behind. We have some sports teams who have some meets over the holiday, so they've stayed on campus. But pretty much, if you find an empty room, you're welcome to it.
Oh, well. Thank you very much, Porter.
Is there anything that I can do for any of you before I leave you to your dissemination of your baggages?
My what now?
Your dissemination of your stuff.
Of my stuff. Well, I would like to know the schedule for the rest of the evening and tomorrow, just to be prepared, you know.
I plan on the first of the Christmas lectures happening on the 17th, this Friday. Yes. That is when the four of you will be speaking.
Oh, all right. Now times for anything that we need to attend before then or after then or.
There really aren't any particular meetings. We just wanted to invite you here to extend our hospitality and perhaps allow you to become more acquainted with the traditions of Porterhouse.
Son, you're a little squirrely over there. You might want to take less coffee.
Excuse me?
You look jittery, son.
No, I'm not jittery.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thank you again. I'm gonna go find a room. You say just open them up, and if no one's in there, it's ours.
Indeed, we do ask because they are two bunks to a room that you share, if it's at all possible, so that we can ensure that to have enough room for other guests as they arrive.
Oh, well, that sounds nice. Hey, Calvin, you look like a nice enough fella. You want to bunk with me?
I mean, yeah, sure. I didn't have any other plans.
Well, that sounds good.
And if there is nothing else I can do for you, I will see myself out. And if there's anything that I can do for you, please don't hesitate to tell someone of the staff. And they will be delighted to fulfill whatever need you may have.
So I guess it's you and me, Clayton. You want to find a place?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, man. I call bottom bunk, though.
I don't know. I might fall through onto you.
All right, I ain't scared of heights. I'll take the top bunk then.
You, young miss, are you going to be okay staying by yourself in one of these here rooms?
I think I'll be all right.
All
I'd prefer to sleeping with a strange man in the room.
Well,
honestly.
no, I wasn't saying that. I just wanted you to make sure you were safe. I felt safe.
Oh, I do. Thank you.
This is a rather big, empty building.
Look back at hey, Skull, you got some security in here?
I think
he has sense left, so.
Hey, Miss Hotep, if any of these Jaspers around here give you any trouble, you just call on me, okay?
I appreciate that offer.
Now, what about this room here? I open up one of the doors closest to me.
You're on the. Are you still on the first floor?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right.
If we hadn't moved any further.
Yeah, you open up. Yeah, this will play. You open up the first door, and as you look in, you see a college student with a bunch of sheets, looking like he's stepping to the door, and he has a handful of sheets. And as you open the door, he's all wide-eyed. He looks at you. Can I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry there, son. I suppose this room's already taken.
And then shut the door.
He shut it on his face.
Yeah.
Well,
So as you shut the door, you hear a and ow.
I suppose we are on the first floor, aren't we?
Well, I would think they would have a room reserved for you, old timer. You gonna make up those stairs, all right?
Oh, I should be able to. I'm sprier than I look.
The door opens again, and you see that college student. The sheets have dropped to the floor, and he's kind of rubbing his forehead, and he's like, "Now, why'd you do that for?"
I'm sorry about that, son. Just a little embarrassed.
Oh, well, I suppose. Okay, well. Hey, you didn't see me though, okay? Just
Didn't see you. Well,
okay. Just as long as we have that. Yeah, and he picks up this heap of sheets that he has in his hands and kind of jogs off.
Oh, I did see him though, right?
Where I come from, when a man says that, he ain't up to anything good.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, it is college, so you never really know. You know what I mean?
Is it rush week?
I'm gonna stick my head back in the room that he left. If he left the door open.
Yeah, he left the door open.
All right, I'm going to stick my head in the room and just take a glance around. Would that be a spot hidden?
No, I mean you're just looking around right now,
okay.
and unless you're actually going to like search the room.
I'm just taking a glance around.
You glance around, and it looks like a typical dorm room. There's 2 bunks in there. There's a lamp that is on currently, and a radio that is playing some Billie Holiday. And there's a writing desk that has some papers on it and a pen.
Oh, well, looks like a normal enough place. Well, I'll just shut the door again.
I'll just shut the door, and I'll come back out.
Well, it didn't seem like there's anything nefarious going on in there.
Well, let's go on upstairs, guys. We'll see if we can find some empty rooms.
Yes, let's do that.
You'd think they would have labeled these, let us know for sure.
That does seem like the thing to do, but...
Well, Scullin seemed a little squirrely to me, so I'm not sure he was in his right mind to tell us where to go.
I probably right about that.
And that big fellow, he did seem to be in a huff. May not be the best at organizing this thing. Didn't seem all about it.
Right. Yeah, let's go upstairs.
After you.
I head toward the nearest staircase to walk upstairs.
Okay. So you guys head up the stairs. And you guys find your rooms, make yourselves comfortable. Pretty standard setup. The rooms that you go into look fairly similar to the one that you guys saw downstairs that the student had come out of, with the exception of pretty nondescript. There isn't like a radio. It's just basically a writing desk and 2 bunks that have bedding on them, and then a couple, basically a dresser and a closet for you to stow your things in. But outside of that, fairly nondescript.
All right.
Well, this looks like a nice enough place.
I'm
You want
going-
the bed closest to the door? Oh wait, they're bunk beds. Never mind. You want top or bottom?
I'll take the one closest to the floor. I think. I don't know. I am spry, but that looks a little high.
Yeah, I got a Paul that's seems like he looks spry but can't get out of bed worth nothing.
Well, yeah. The mornings were rough on us old folks sometimes.
All right, I'll take top bunk.
I'm going to go to the room across the way and open the door there.
All right.
What? You
Knock,
do that.
knock.
Yeah, there's the rooms all on the second floor are all empty, so you're gonna.
Oh, good. I'm going to take this room.
And I start unpacking books.
I knock on the one door and open it wide. Well, it looks clear in here. You ready for this room, man?
Let's do it.
All right. I walk inside and I throw my stuff on the side. What was your name again, Steven? Which character?
Bro.
Bro. Brah. Hey, brah.
Do not say that.
Bro.
Brah.
You can call me bro.
Tro?
You're looking for
bro.
a punch in the nose, son.
Bro. All right. All right, bro. What time you got?
What time do I have?
It's probably about 4:15 in the afternoon.
About 4:15 in the afternoon.
All right. I jump up on the top bunk and start winding my watch to make sure it's on time. Hate to miss dinner.
You and me both, son.
So what brings you up here?
I was invited. They probably want a little bit of the cash that my baseball team is handing out to me.
You getting a good chunk from it?
Oh, yeah, sir. I do a lot of barnstorming as well, playing the teams around in little towns and such. We've been up in Massachusetts a couple times now.
All
Never
right.
been in this fancy place, though.
This is quite nice.
It is. It is. And what brings you here?
Well, I got invited myself. Talk about some aviation stuff on account of my military history with flying. So I happen to know a thing or two and happen to crash a thing or two at the same time. So I'm just happy to be here and alive.
That's great. That's great. Do you just travel around nowadays? No family tying you down?
No, I got some friends back over in Ash Grove, but like I said, it's not a town you want to stick around too much in. I like to get out and travel. Now, Springfield, I think there's good stuff happening in Springfield, but I like traveling.
Springfield, Massachusetts, or
Missouri.
all right. I get confused with all Springfields around.
There are quite a few.
Never be surprised until you keep looking at all the different states with Springfield in it. I think I played the Springfield Giants, Springfield Cardinals, Springfield Yellow Sox, I think is one of them. Really interesting. Every single little town's got a team.
Oh, wow. There was one Springfield visitor once that had this lady. She looked like she had a big old tall head of blue hair.
I'm sure this conversation is super interesting for everybody who's listening to it right now.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I was enjoying it. Well,
Blue hair sounds like my Mima.
well, I go out into the hallway. Well, y'all, you want to look around a little bit, or find where everything's at, so we don't get lost around here?
Yeah, let's look for that mess hall and see what else is happening.
Yep,
Yeah,
sounds
I'd
good
like
to
to
me.
find some dope.
You trying to find some dope?
Dope. You know, what do they call it around here? A tonic? Something? Soda
Some-
pop.
Oh, soda pop. Yeah.
I'm like, come to Washington, Steve. But you're in Massachusetts. I thought it was. Never mind. I don't want to take this joke too far. All right.
Somebody want to invite the young lady, see if she wants to come with us?
Well, sure. This one's her door, right?
I think so.
Knock on it.
Oh, miss.
Yes. How are
Oh.
you today?
Well, the same I was a few minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you immediately.
Oh.
Hello.
hello. We're just taking a look around. Maybe seeing if we could find where they're having dinner and such later on. Just getting a lay of the land, you know.
Well, that sounds like fun. Hang on a second. Let me grab a book.
All right, a book. You brought books with you on this little retreat.
I bring books with me everywhere.
Oh, well, it would suit yourself, I guess. Oh, I guess there's always a place for a book.
All right, I am good to go.
And I grab like the smallest book I have.
You ended up grabbing the pocket book of theology, expounded upon by G.K. Chesterton.
Sounds about right.
And so as you guys are cruising across campus, just trying to get the lay of the land and heading to the mess hall, I guess is what y'all are wanting to do. You get to the mess hall, and it looks like they're doing setup for the feast that's at the end of the week, and you hear somebody crunching on something in the background. You guys are hilarious. No, you guys make it into the mess hall, and you can tell they're setting up for the feast that's at the end of the week. A lot of boxes of decorations and whatnot, and you see a bunch of posters for the rugby game that is tonight in one of the sporting events that it has some of the students still on campus. And some of the staff walks up to you, and they're like, "Hello, is there something we can do for you?" Or,
"Oh, we're just looking around. Isn't that right?"
Is the rugby team any good?
Yeah. With Thomas Jones, he's our star player. We've been doing phenomenal. He's really been a boon to our team. So we're really looking forward to the game tonight. If we win, we're gonna be headed to the championships.
Oh, how lovely!
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Y'all got much food around here for us to eat?
I mean, a lot of the food currently, we have a lot of food on campus. It's one of our biggest things that we're about. Downstairs, we have several larders and kitchens and etc. I mean, there's a reason why our capital tradition on campus is the Gadi every year. Was there something specific that you were looking for that perhaps I can see if we can't have one of our chefs make for you?
Something quick. You got chicken?
I can definitely see if we can't have them cook some chicken for you. Definitely. Anybody else, or are you all having the chicken?
Oh, well, I believe we're just looking around. I'll eat something when it's time to eat, I suppose.
Yeah, we're just kind of exploring to make sure we know where we're at, man.
Yeah, looks like you got a lot of decoration going on in here, though. Very pretty, very festive, I would say.
Well, yeah, this is the biggest event of the year. Traditions to be held, if you ask the porter. Everything's always about tradition with him.
Oh, he did seem to drill that into our heads.
He'll drill it into anybody.
Oh, yeah.
You don't sound too thrilled about these traditions, my man.
You look at all the other Ivy Leagues, you look at Brown, you look at Yale, you look at Harvard, Stanford. They're all into advancements and let's move forward. And it just feels like this place is just so stuck in 100 years ago. You know, I mean,
What's wrong with 100 years ago?
well, nothing is wrong with 100 years ago. I guess it's just that's not now. And there's such a everything's tradition this and Master Nichols that, and it's just, you know, it's just let him go. He's dead, right?
You are certainly one of them progressive young men, aren't you?
Who's dead now?
Oh, Master Nichols. He's the one who started the Gotti, you know, 100 years ago. It was, you know, he was a very great man for his time period, and he really wanted to push the boundaries of education, but, you know, he's the reason why they bring the masters back for the feast.
No. You mean bring him back? I don't think I've heard about this part.
They bring all the old masters back for once a year for the Gotti. It's a little bit macabre, but I mean, you get used to it.
Like dead bodies, bring him back.
Yeah, you know, they set him up at the master's table, and
Wouldn't that cause a pest problem?
oh, they're behind glass. I mean, they used to just prop them up and sit them in the chairs, but you know, one time a finger fell off into the soup, and then you know it's.
Well, I'm not hungry anymore.
I'll eat yours.
I'm sure you will.
Oh,
Hey,
all right.
fingers fall off into the soup.
But yeah, I mean, and so the porter, he just, I don't know, he's so protective of the traditions of the college that he just doesn't let anything go, and then you're severely punished if you don't respect the traditions. And so it just feels like they're trying so hard to hang on to the past that, you know, this college is just going to fall into obscurity if going into the future, if they just don't learn to move forward. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's something to say about advancement, but I mean, honoring the past isn't terrible. I mean, it's not like it killed anybody, right?
Well, I suppose so.
So what exactly is this rugby you're talking about?
Well, I mean, you don't know what rugby is?
No, sir. Is it like that cricket stuff they play over in England?
Oh, we have a cricket team too. But no, rugby, they have it's kind of like an oblong ball, and you throw it or kick it to each other, and
It's football.
Nah, man,
no.
this is older than football.
It's like football on Morphling.
It's what some of them Europeans play.
Quick reminder to the audience out there: American football, was brand spanking new around this time period. So
1920.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that pretty much answers my question. Where's that food coming from now?
Shortly after, someone brings up some fried chicken for you guys, and sets it on a table that's not currently covered in boxes of decorations.
Oh, well, look at that. There's some chicken there.
Hope they ain't chicken fingers.
Oh. Well, there
And I
goes
am
my
no
appetite
longer
again.
hungry.
I'm just funning.
Oh, here you go. You eat mine, Calvin.
Do chickens have fingers?
No, but I bet you they got lips.
I
Not-
don't know how to respond to that.
I don't know, but my fingers got chickens, and I dig in.
I'm with you there.
All right, and on that bit of humor, you guys sit down and munch on the food and kind of chatter a bit. As it starts getting later and the sun starts setting, the rugby game is about to start. Is anybody going to be going to that?
I'll be interested in it.
I would as well.
I think I'll take a look.
I'll bring a different book.
Oh, well, if everyone else is going, I'll mosey my way over and watch some rugby.
All right.
Yep.
So you guys show up to the game, and despite the fact that the regular students aren't there, the stands are pretty full with the local townsfolk, and they are screaming and going nuts. And as you guys watch the first half of the game, the porterhouse is getting creamed, just not well at all.
I thought they said they were good.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about the game myself, but those numbers don't look too good to me.
They're running a little sluggish. Looks like they had a little bit too much chicken in the cafeteria.
Well, I know someone who had a little too much chicken.
I'm so full.
And as you guys are having this conversation, somebody looks over at you, Sarah, and they say, "Well, we're normally better than this, but for whatever reason, I guess Thomas decided he didn't want to show up tonight."
Oh, but you're doing quite admirably for the score.
No. When you say Thomas, you wouldn't mean.
And I go to ahead and describe the guy that I walked in on his room.
Let me take a look here, see if we can't get the first roll of the night.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm ready. I got my D4 ready. Wait a minute.
D4.
That was a joke.
Oh no.
I know we're rolling D12s.
D100s. Go ahead and throw me a language.
Oh,
check.
Language. Oh, good.
Ah, Jesus, you're so loud.
So that was a 78, and my language is a. Where is it? Well, I'm looking for language. I assume that's pretty good though. Now, I don't see a language on my. Oh, here it is. Just my language skills. My own language is what it says. That's a 50. So I rolled a 78.
Ah, so that's a fail. For those of you at home who just raised their eyebrows, you have to roll under your score in Call of Cthulhu, just to keep you along with us. So you're trying to describe it, but you for some reason when you're thinking about the student that you ran into, all you can think about is the sheets.
Well, what a he it escapes me. Do you remember what it looks like, right? Oh dear, Calvin, you remember? You have one of them.
Right as you say that, she looks at the field. She's, "Oh, there he is, right there!" And she points at somebody starting to run onto the field, already past half the game. Just kind of pulling his pads over his shirt and trying to pull his helmet on.
Now, if I squint real hard, can I see if it's that guy?
Yeah, you look, and he does look a little bit familiar to you.
That could be him right there.
Does he seem to be making any difference in the game?
Actually, yeah. When he's a beast when he gets on the field. He does kind of turn the team around, but
what sort of beast?
Really? Is this a thing?
Do we need to call CASTJohn?
No. Go ahead. I
Okay.
apologize.
All right, so he starts to turn the team around, but unfortunately, they do end up losing the game.
Well, that was exciting.
Well, it was always nice to see a sporting event.
Oh, I feel so bad for them though. They were so excited about getting to what is it? Regionals, nationals? What is the sports thing?
Championships.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not a one and done type of thing. Maybe there's some sort of a series.
I hope so.
I hope I didn't injure that poor fellow, and that's why he was late. I did whack him with the door a little bit.
Can I do I see where like the team is gathered? I was gonna go see if I can apologize to him for hitting him with the door.
Yeah, you go to where the team is gathered at, and when they're gathered up, you hear the coach just ripping him up one side and down the other about commitment and keeping focus, and he's like, I'm sorry, coach. That wasn't the voice. Let me try that. I'm sorry, coach. I had one of the dreams. I had to do what he said, so take care of that because we know how that turns out. So the coach is like, oh, fine, whatever, and just kind of storms off.
Hey,
Sorry. I was trying to get the coach's attention, but he left too soon. And then I turned to, you said, what was his name again?
Tom.
Thomas. Tom. I didn't get his name written down.
Thomas, my boy.
Oh, it's you who put the door in my face.
Yes, I was actually coming to talk to you about that. I noticed that you were a little late to the game, and I'm sorry if I did anything to harm you or cause you any pain or keeping you away from playing out here.
Go ahead and make a spot hidden for me, please.
All right, I'll try my best. Ooh. Yeah, that's probably not going to be it. Spot hidden. Yes, so that's a 65. I rolled a 93.
Oh, yeah, no. So he's like, yeah. Is anybody else down there with witnessing this conversation?
Yeah, I went down there. I don't want the old guy to fall.
Okay. Calvin, go. You also make a spot hidden, please.
Okay.
Well, you only have to hit it once. You rolled a 30 on a 45, so you passed that. You notice as George is talking to Thomas, and he talks about him being late. He gets a little bit shifty-eyed. And you notice there's kind of an aroma on the air around Thomas a bit too.
Wasn't me.
Just a little funk.
Hey, I lean into George. Hey, you smell that? A little, I don't know, little stink. It wasn't me, I swear. I would not be that rude.
Do I smell that? I think I have a smelling skill somewhere around here.
No, you already did your spot hidden for that.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't smell a thing. Of course, my nose isn't working right lately, and I can't taste very well either. But that's besides the point.
And never mind. Boy just got done running down the field, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Tom, good work. I'm sorry that didn't work out for you.
Have you seen you haven't seen Master Grantley by chance, have you?
When you say Grantley, the big fellow with the beard.
Yeah, he's the headmaster.
we saw him earlier today. Isn't that right, Calvin?
Right? Yep, indeed.
He was running out of the office all in a huff.
Do you know where he might be at by chance?
I don't know. No, I haven't seen him around since.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy, but if I do see him, I know where he lives, so I'll let you know.
Okay. Well, if you see him, let him know I'm looking for him.
Oh, yeah, even better. I'll let him know. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thanks. He goes running off somewhere.
Well, isn't he
Clayton,
just a ball of energy?
Clayton, you went running somewhere.
Was I down there?
No, well, you said you hit your track button.
No, I tapped it. I was trying to. I felt my track. I tracked down the solution. Sorry. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to use this program. It was in edit mode apparently.
Oh, anyway.
Apologize.
What was that you said there, Sarah?
I said he was a ball of energy.
Oh, yeah, he did seem to be quite the beast on the field.
Is anybody trying to see where he ran off to, or he just let him go?
Nope.
Oh,
I'll watch him run.
Okay.
You're watching for him?
Yeah, I'll watch him run.
All right. As you watch him run off to the parking lot, you see kind of a larger truck pull into the parking lot next to where the rugby field is. And let's have you roll a spot hidden on that. I guess that's going to be the closest thing to it.
Okay. I'm scared.
Oh no.
Rolled a 45.
Against.
25.
Oh no.
Yeah, you don't see it, but you don't see what's written on the side of it. It's a little bit too far away. But you notice that he's having kind of a in-depth conversation with whoever's driving this truck. And then you don't quite make out what he's saying, but you can tell he's starting to do a little bit of yelling. And he smacks the side of the truck and just kind of heads towards the dorms.
Thomas does?
Yeah, and then the truck drives off.
Well, it looks like he's having an uncomfortable conversation with somebody.
Well, you should have seen him and his coach. I mean, right down here, the coach was having some words with him. Thomas said something about a dream or something, keeping him away. Oh, yeah, that's something that I heard. Something about having a dream and having to do something or other.
Well, that is quite strange.
Well, he is, I mean, a nice boy, but a little bit odd.
Oh, I take it back. It wasn't a truck. I was forgetting my time period. It wasn't a truck. It was a horse-drawn cart, basically. So that I just wanted to correct that because
There would be types of trucks. But...
yeah, but that's not what it was.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I wonder if that little altercation over there with the other gentleman in the horse buggy was about the dreams he's been having.
Well, you have anything you're up to right now?
No, not necessarily. Real quick, could I have noticed anything that was in the back of that trailer that he was carrying?
Based off of your spot hidden, no.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh. Was anybody else paying attention?
Mm-mm.
Probably not.
Nope.
No, I'm reading.
Well, perhaps we go over and visit that buggy man.
Oh, he's already.
Oh dear, where did he go anyway? Oh, I think he's skedaddled. Well, that's too bad.
Maybe we'll see the young man up in the mess hall. Maybe we can sit down and have a little conversation with him. You seem like a wise gentleman that young boy could use some advice from.
Oh, well, I've been around the block a few times. Well, everyone, that was quite the game. Should we turn in for the night, or?
I'd like to see if there's any more of that chicken.
Oh, well, we can stop by there on the way back.
Anyone want to come with me?
I'll come with you, bro.
I'll
Excellent.
come. I could use a cup of coffee.
Excellent. I'll treat you.
I pat my pocket. I think I left my key, so I'm gonna have to come with you anyways, Bo.
Let's go, everyone.
Oh, all right.
You're off to see the wizard. Well, nope, that doesn't exist yet.
So you guys
Well.
are heading back to get more food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro's got my key.
What else do you do in a holiday special?
You eat.
Well,
That's the
you're
whole
right.
thing.
I haven't actually fired off the plot yet. I'm giving you guys enough background. So
Let
You
her
guys-
rip, John.
Don't tell him that.
you ask a dangerous thing, sir.
Oh no.
You guys head back, and the mess hall is actually closed. It's getting kind of late.
Oh, well, what a fine mess we're in now.
That's
I'm
all
so
right.
sorry, bro. I know you wanted more chicken.
That's all right.
Yeah, let's all turn in. I think we can might be able to rise up a little bit early for you, bro, and get some good breakfast for you.
What are we going
think
to
so.
turn into?
Maybe I can listen to my radio program. Wait a minute. I didn't have a radio in my room, did I? Hey, Tom had a radio.
That's true. I'll go with you if you want to go ask if we could borrow it. I mean,
Well, I don't want to miss tonight's episode.
So you're
Yeah,
go ahead. So what's everybody gonna do?
We're gonna head back to the dorms, right? Area? Ish.
Yes.
All of you?
I'm gonna walk past the lecture hall area. Just gonna get a bead for where we're gonna be at tomorrow.
Okay.
Anybody want to come with me? Check that out.
I'll come with.
Just like to plot my course for the day.
Smart man.
I'm gonna go see if I can borrow a radio.
I'm
Okay.
following.
All right. So we got 3 people going to the radio and 2 people heading to the lecture hall.
Lecture hall.
Yeah,
All right.
That's right.
Okie doke. All right. So for those of you who are going to the dorms, you guys make your way to the dorms. You open the front door. You head to the room where you had initially encountered Thomas. And I'm assuming you're knocking. You're not just going to walk in.
Yeah, I cut in front of George and I knock on the door before he can just wing it open again.
All right. You knock on the door and no response.
Oh, well.
Maybe I didn't knock hard enough.
Yeah,
Why not?
Give it another go.
All right. You knock again. And there's still no response.
George, this ain't looking good. I think you're going to miss your program.
Oh, they're gonna have some good music on tonight.
Hmm.
Maybe
Well-
they'll do a repeat of it, George.
What now?
A repeat. Have they done that where you're from, where they play a show again?
Oh, well, not very often.
Oh no, not common, but if the show's good enough, they might do it.
Well, maybe so. I guess. Well, let me just see if it's unlocked. I mean, I've already busted in on them once. What's another time?
I mean, I suppose.
See if I can open the door up.
All right, so you're going to try to open the door.
Yep.
You reach down to the handle to open the door, and it is locked.
Oh, bother.
Sounds like he learned his lesson.
Well, I guess I've learned my lesson too. Well, in the absence of the radio, I guess I'll just hum a few bars as I go to bed tonight.
I'm not good with a musical instrument, and I don't got one on me, but wish I could help you.
Oh, that's all right, Calvin.
All right, and for the two that went to the lecture hall, you walk into the lecture hall and you see a man standing at the head lectern, kind of shuffling through notes and or kind of arranging some diagrams on an easel, things of that nature. As you were walking in, he doesn't seem to be aware of your presence.
Is this like a multi-entrance lecture hall, or is this a singular entrance? It goes down.
There's several. It's kind of like an auditorium where there's doors at the end of each of the aisles. So multi-entrance in that sense. There's also probably a backstage door to get in there, but that's not really where you would have entered in.
Okay. All right. So there's a guy setting up easels. All right. Well, bro, this looks like where we're going to be tomorrow.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, you hear him. Right. What? Excuse me. Who are you?
We didn't mean to startle you, sir.
Quite right. Yes. Hello. I'm one of the lecturers, James Ancaster.
Ancaster.
Very nice to meet you. My name's Bro Lewis. This is my good friend Clayton Forrester.
Indeed. Yes. I'm the first lecturer on Wednesday. Just setting up and making sure that everything's in its place.
What's your area of expertise?
I'm a professor in anatomy.
Anatomy.
Yes. I need you guys to make a spot hidden check, please.
Oh, right. Use the system. I see nothing. I got a 72.
I'm pushing the thing and it's not doing anything.
See if you're still in edit mode.
Who put me in edit mode? Of
The
all
keeper.
the things.
Careful, you might roll.
Looks like I spot a hidden.
Boy, do you. As you are talking to him, asking about what he's doing there, he's getting a bit shifty and kind of looking around like you kind of get a sense he's waiting for something.
I look around the room. Jim, it's Monday. You're getting set up pretty early, aren't you? If you're speaking on Wednesday.
Well, I mean, I have some different ideas on some new radical ideas on some physiology and anatomical concepts that are going to change the way people look on anatomy, and it's a little bit intimidating. I want to make sure that I'm ready to go and I have all my ducks in a row, so to speak.
Well, all right.
What kind of changes could you be talking about? 2 hands, 2 feet. Seem like what everybody has.
Oh,
Unless you got unlucky.
are you familiar with the concept of what people call hysteria and what that truly what they believe that truly means?
Hysteria?
Like when people get hysterical?
So like shell shock? It's all a couple guys like that in the war get some of that.
No, that's not the same.
You want to elaborate?
I need both of you make a medicine check.
I would have to roll a 1.
Oh my gosh. Trevor says, "Hey!"
What? Oh, jeez. You rolled a critical success. Oh my gosh.
What?
Nat 1 on a D100. Okay.
That
so
rocks.
this is
I'm
a
gonna
thing.
Dab
Okay,
on
so
this.
So to get into some, and this is true medical history now. Back in this period of time, medical professionals believed that, and I'm saying this delicately. If anybody doesn't want to hear some anatomical concepts from the 1920s, skip ahead about a minute or so. But back during this time period, they believed that in women, the uterus was almost its own creature inside a woman, and it moved
Skip
around.
ahead a minute. Skip ahead a minute.
Not
It's not
the
working.
uterus.
Skip ahead a minute. It's not working.
And it would move around inside the woman, and so whenever the uterus was out venturing, the woman would go a little bit nutty, and that's where the term hysteria comes from.
Wait, did you just describe Crane?
No.
I mean,
And so that's the reason why the word hysteria uses the medical root term hystero, which is pertaining to the uterus. So by definition, only women can be hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
It's an outdated term that's no longer used in medicine because it's a ridiculous concept.
Women get everything.
So that you understand that concept, Clayton.
Okay. So I look at him. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the whole concept of hysteria and the idea that women sometimes get a little, what do we call it, bat crap crazy.
So,
Well, I have come to determine that the uterus is a stable and constant physiological place within the woman at all times. And hysteria is just a fallacy.
I don't think we have these types of things in Arkansas.
Oh, my dear man, anatomy is everywhere. Arkansas, New England, even in Florida.
Wait a minute. Even in
Florida.
Florida?
I know.
Gotta be kidding.
That's where you expect to see the most hysteria is amongst the Floridians, but it's true.
Well, they did start looking for the Fountain of Youth down there at one point in time. But what's let me ask some. With that all, that's all going down, I'm thinking maybe this hysteria thing is just kind of not existent. But what are you going to do with that knowledge? How does that actually help us?
A better understanding of anatomy and physiology can lead to a better understanding of how to treat people medically. Why, it wasn't that long ago where we were subscribing to the four humors concept of medicine. But in a better understanding of anatomy, we now know that is false. And we no longer apply leeches to reduce humors.
Humor is false? Sorry, I don't get a lot of this anatomy stuff.
I take it that you aren't amongst the lecturers then this weekend.
No, sir. I'm just here to learn.
Well, then remain silent and learn by listening.
Yes, sir.
Typically, I would agree with that. Why don't you be a little nice to my friend here? Bo here is quite accomplished, and he, if you're nice enough to him, he might be able to fund a few things you do down the road, sir.
I do apologize. I just am under a great stressful workload, and he pulls out a pocket watch and, oh my, I'm late. I must be going. And he begins to hurry out of the lecture hall.
Well, you're quite a hurry.
Yes, have things that need to be taken care of. I'll see you later.
Did he leave was there anything on his easel?
You take a quick look and it just looks like some note cards.
Okay. Well, he's a bit strange.
Were you going to shuffle?
Were they going to shuffle?
Were you going to shuffle through his note cards and look at them? Or
Yes, I was.
All right, go ahead and roll a spot hidden for me, please.
Oh, man. 7 on a 25.
You notice kind of a timetable on there, written on the back of one of the note cards. Something to the effect of 4:30, help Thomas move. 5 o'clock, return to lecture hall. 8 o'clock, send George to Thomas. 10:30, Thomas starts the burning. And then 11 o'clock, meet with Thomas. Oh, not Thomas starts the burning. George starts the burning.
George starts the burning.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't start the fire, but George did.
I mean, well, I didn't do anything.
All right.
I heard.
I looked at my watch. What time is it?
It is 11:15.
All right. So, is that all that's on the card?
Yep. Well, that was on the back of the card. On the front of it looked like notes for his lecture.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at Bo. Bo?
Bro?
I think that this our professor friend here is on his way to meet that young man. I think he might be the reason why the young man was late into that game.
What does it say there?
It says here that he was going to help him move at 4:30, and then he's meeting up with him at 11. That's quite late for a young man. That's generally past curfew for most college students. In
I
an
don't
establishment
know.
like this.
Man, it looked like he was side goggling a boomer. He was all antsy.
Did we notice which direction he went?
Out. I mean, he just went up the. You guys are in the lecture hall. You left the building.
Right. So, and then it got something about somebody starting a burning. You see any smoke anywhere?
I do not, sir. We're not allowed to smoke on our team, so.
I don't think that burning means cigarettes, son. So, bro, why don't we go step outside and see if we smell any smoke? I have a feeling if we do, we might find Thomas and our professor friend and see what they're doing.
Let's get out there.
All right. So we walk outside.
So you're trying to figure out what direction he went?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and roll a track for me, please.
Yes, sir. Survey says.
Not very good at this, but
I got 52.
Ah.
Oh, no, I didn't.
that was me.
That was you. Oh, I got 65.
No, you got a 7 out of 30 for
Oh,
track.
hey.
You re-rolled it once already.
Shway.
All right, so you, through some of the training you got when you were in the Great War, or training for the Great War, you managed to kind of figure out which direction he's heading. So it looks like he's headed towards the dorms. And with that note, we're going to swing back to the original trio that was at the dorms.
Oh, well, that's us, right?
That would be you.
Oh, good.
All right. So you guys, as you guys are standing there at the dorms trying to figure out what's going on, and you're talking about missing your radio program, you see a kind of an older gentleman walk in, and he sees you standing around the door, and he's like, "Well, what's the meaning of this? Why are you?"
Oh, well, hello there. We were seeing if Tom was in.
We were in search of a radio.
Gotta listen to my program, don't you know?
A radio. I can't help you there.
Well, that's too bad. No, I didn't catch your name.
If you'll excuse me, and he kind of pushes past you and starts pounding on the door that you're standing in front of.
Oh, Tom didn't answer. We already tried knocking. And Calvin here, he even knocked twice.
True. Oh, I see. Yes, well, good evening then. And he just kind of quickly marches off down the hall and turns a corner.
Oh, well, he seemed pretty strange.
He seemed quite unpleasant.
Hey, Calvin, you're a photographer. You see strange people all the time. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's definitely. I don't know. Maybe he's had something on his mind, but obviously he's looking for Thomas too.
Well, what do you think? Should we follow him?
Right about this time, the other two entered the dorm.
Oh, well, hello again.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are y'all doing?
Good. Anything interesting going on in wherever you guys were hanging out at?
Yeah, we met an interesting professor named Ancaster. I think he might have been the reason boy Thomas might have been a little late. And,
you don't say. I think there's a professorial-looking fellow not trying to get into Thomas's door just a second ago.
Well, he's supposed to be meeting with him at 11.
Talking about following him.
I think that may not be a bad idea.
Well, he just went down this hallway here.
He's kind of rude. I didn't want to bother him too much, but I mean, if y'all think it's okay to go and talk to him, mess around with somebody like that, I mean, I suppose.
No, Calvin, aren't you some sort of a journalist?
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. I just don't feel like investigating nothing right now. I mean, all this for a radio.
Well, I mean, it's only a one-time deal, unless they do one of them replay things.
All right.
Well, let me add a little bug to you guys here. Seems like there were some notes here about them burning something.
Oh, no.
Burning, you say?
Burning.
Like a pig roast?
I have a strong doubt against that, especially since that Thomas kid was getting yelled at by some guy in a buggy a little while ago, right about the time that there was supposed to be a burning taking place. So, I don't know. I have an uneasy feeling about it.
I hope that Tom fellow, I mean, he's an odd duck, that's for sure, but he seemed like a nice enough fellow. I don't want him mixed up in anything.
Yeah, look,
George.
Yes, what is it, bro?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bailey. You're not gonna. Do you have anything to burn? Do you? I mean, are you part of anything that's like a bonfire or something like that? Because it said that you were supposed to start a burn. I guess it could be another George.
Oh, I know quite a few Georges. Why, there's
All right.
George. Let's see, George. George Harvey, George the butcher. No,
Right, but George is around here in Porterhouse.
Well, I can't say.
I
I'm
saw
sure
George Costanza at the corner store.
yeah, and there's that George Jetson, I think.
There's that George Jefferson that lives upstairs too.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he's moving on up though. To the east side.
To the east side, yeah, I heard that.
Upper East Side.
Where'd that voice come from?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Anyway, no. I mean, I don't have anything to burn, but I'm sure there's more than one George around here.
There must be a different George.
Probably not more than one bro, though.
Well, I don't know.
I ain't got no brothers.
What are you guys doing?
We're following after that professor fellow.
Yeah, we gotta ask him some questions.
Who's leading the pack on this?
I'm going to lead forward.
All right, go ahead and roll another track roll for me, please.
Oh boy, let's see it. Big money. Oh yeah,
Just
That was
missed
great.
it.
Yeah, you see, you got inside and then you lost track of him as the other three have been kind of milling around in here, and it's hard to pick up where he went based off of everybody else's traffic through here.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's not good. How big of a place is this?
Well, I mean, it's like going to Brown University or Harvard, you know.
Did he head towards the stairs, or did he stay? I mean, the hallway that he went down. Were there stairs down that hallway?
I mean, a hallway always goes somewhere. You can eventually get to. You kind of notice that these hallways kind of work in a big rectangular pattern. So the main hallway can go all the way around the building. So it's one of those all roads lead to Rome sort of situations. You can kind of get anywhere you want to the long way around if you wanted to, or you could dip through side halls or.
Okay.
Like the Pentagon.
No. Hear me out here. He seemed awful. Like he wanted to meet with Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's not to say if he was gonna come back to Tom's room?
Is Tom not in his room?
Oh well, his room was locked when I checked.
Well, let's go back to the room.
I was pretty sure he headed this way.
Maybe he was hoping we would leave and he'd come back. I mean, I would do that if I was trying to be inconspicuous. Of course, or then again, if I was a boy at Tom's age and I just lost a game of significant importance, where would I go?
Probably down to the pub.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe we should check out a pub or the like.
Well, I don't think there's many pubs here in Prohibition era Massachusetts.
What I meant to say was there's
We
gotta
call them
be some
speakeasies,
sort of
my man.
speakeasy. Not that I've ever been to such a place, but I do know they're around.
You do keep saying you are spry, though.
Well, spry, yeah, well, but not a spring chicken anymore.
Maybe a fall chicken.
Well, I'm more of a winter chicken myself.
At this point, it is starting to get late. Just throwing that out there.
Like late.
But speaking of chickens, I think I might need to go start counting some sheep.
What do chickens have to do with sheep?
Nothing except I'm old, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You ever
Well-
work on a farm, miss?
No,
Then
not
you'll
really.
never know what chickens have to do with sheep.
Don't know what that means, but
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to find this young man this evening anyway. So my best bet suggestion is we all get some sleep. I check my watch. It's like we'll get up early and we'll swing by old Thomas's room and check up on him.
Sounds like a plan.
All righty then.
Come on, Pops. Let's go back to bed.
All right. Hope you don't mind snoring.
All right, as you guys head off and sleep for the evening, I want everybody just to roll a D100 for me, please.
I got an 11.
69 for me.
36.
69 for me.
Sarah.
Oh no.
While you were sleeping,
That sounds like a moving picture title.
kind of an older man is in your dream.
Hello, Sarah.
No. And he's kind of, and it literally feels like another presence is in your dream with you. And he's just looking at you and
Can
not blinking.
Can I help you, sir? Are you hiding from some stone angels?
And he looks at you, and this whole time he's not blinking at all. He's just looking while he's talking. No blinking. He's like, "Why are you here?"
Well, I'm here to speak about the Dewey Decimal System. It's a fairly new thing.
Bah, new. It should be about tradition.
Well, I mean, you're welcome to organize your books however you like.
You must find the rest of the masters and return them.
Well, I don't tend to deal well with bodies. I deal better with books. That's how I prefer my dead people.
You must find the masters. And you woke up.
Well then, that was quite terrifying.
And you notice kind of, do you wear makeup? Does your character wear makeup? Let me ask you that.
Probably not. She's more interested in books.
Okay. Do you have, okay, so then would you have like pen and paper there?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Go ahead and do a spot hidden.
There we go. Oh, I did not do well.
No, you didn't. So you don't see nothing other than the fact that it's the next day.
I need some coffee. Or maybe a nice cup of tea.
All right. So everybody wakes up. What are you guys doing?
Well, it's morning time. I suppose, hey, Calvin, get on up, boy.
Yeah, I'm awake.
A big day ahead of us.
I guess get ready for the day and we meet by Tom's door. We said we were going to check up on him before we get going in the morning.
Okay. That's what you two are doing.
Yeah, that's where we...
Okay. The other
Okay.
three, what are you doing?
I'm going to get up and get ready for the day, wind my watch, hit the showers and get dressed. And then I'm going to also meet up with them because I'm curious about this whole Tom thing.
All
Same
right.
thing. Yep.
Okay. And Sarah?
I am going to walk downstairs and head towards the mess hall, but I imagine that I would run into the fellas here on my way down.
Well, let's find out. Who wants to represent the fellas in a dice roll?
I guess
I'll
I
be
can.
a fella. Oh, you got it?
All right. I need Celeste and Steve to roll a D100 for me, please.
Come on, Steve. We got to beat her.
All right, here we go.
Don't hit
You ready?
women.
Are you ready?
Right.
Yo, Jimbo.
Oh, just missed.
Oh, hell.
Oh, I very much failed. Why do I not roll like this when I'm playing Aileen?
In fact, you got a crit fail on that. So,
I ran into the wall.
You forgot to put on your glasses this morning.
Indeed.
in fact, what happens is you are still in your nightgown as you head out.
Oh, no.
That's the reason why you don't see them, is because you didn't take time to get ready and you absentmindedly walk out the dorms and head to the mess hall.
Can I roll for embarrassment?
Nope. All right. The four gentlemen. You guys head downstairs and you meet up in front of Thomas's door, and on the door you see a note, or a piece of paper, rather, a folded piece of paper that is taped to the door.
Oh, look at that. A piece of paper.
What does it say?
Well,
Are you
don't
going
know.
to open it up?
Yeah, I'm going to open it up.
All right. You open it up and read it, and it says, "See me, Porter."
It says, "See me, Porter." Who is? Oh, the porter.
Mr.
The porter wants
Scullion.
to see me, or he wants to see Tom, I guess, or he wants to see us. I'm not sure if it.
I mean, either way, we should probably go talk to him. We might see Thomas there.
What time is the first lecture?
Porter was a little iffy on that.
The lectures are going to be today.
Here we go, onward and upward. Oh, to the mess hall, or actually to the porter.
Here we go.
Mr. Keeper, at what point do I realize I am in my nightgown?
Celeste is feeling very uncomfortable.
It'll be Saturday night.
Just a suggestion. What if Bro and I go to the mess hall and we'll grab y'all something to eat? You guys can.
I guess
Check
I
this out.
better get ready for my lecture.
There is that too.
Hope you've written it.
I'm going to go find the porter.
Okay. Where are you going to look for him?
Well, I'm going to go towards where we're supposed to be speaking.
You're going to go to the lecture hall?
Lecture hall, yeah. I'm going to go towards the lecture hall because just to talk to the porter about when exactly my speaking slot is, and then see about Tom as well.
Okay. All right. And what is the other three of you going to do? Calvin, I believe you said you're heading to the mess hall.
I'll go
Yeah.
with him.
Okay, so Calvin and Ambrose are going to the mess hall, and then
Have we met up with her yet?
well, we haven't done anything yet because I'm establishing who's going where.
Oh, okay.
And Clayton, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go with who was talking? Is it Calvin? Is going down to the
Mess hall.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the porter also and figure out the schedule because I was
So
supposed
you're-
to be speaking.
You're going to go with George to the
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's do the mess hall scene first. Actually, no. We'll start with the people who are going to the lecture hall. So the two of you arrive at the lecture hall, and Clayton, you see a very familiar person standing there lecturing about the location of the female uterus. And the lights are dim, and he's just kind of pointing at anatomical pictures and diagrams and discussing the concept of hysteria and its fallible ideology within medicine and the damage the damage that the idea has done to a woman's role within a overly male dominated society.
All right. So I like it where George was like, well, there's Ancaster. I wonder where he disappeared to last night.
Oh, what's that? Sorry.
So look, there's Ancaster. Where do you think he got off to last night?
Sorry, my hearing aid. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe we should. Well, I don't know. He wasn't too friendly when I saw him. Maybe you should check up with him.
All right, we'll go talk to him. How long is his lecture?
You don't know. It's like walking into a movie and being like, well, how long till the movie's over?
He's still talking then.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe we should talk to him after the lecture.
Sounds like a good idea.
Do you see the porter anywhere? I need to see when I'm supposed to.
I'm looking around, seeing if I can see the porter in the crowd, or maybe behind where the speaker's speaking, where I think the porter might be.
Okay. Well, the lights have been dimmed, so I am going to have you roll a hard. I'm gonna have you do a hard roll on a spot hidden. So at the top of your sheet, you're gonna see where it says roll options.
Yeah. Turn it hard. Got it. All right. So it's like half more difficult.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't see a thing.
Yeah, it's a little too dark for me too.
That's too bad. Well, what's this fella talking about anyhow?
Like I told you, he's.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. My bad.
No.
He's got an idea that the hysteria isn't quite what we've been thinking about all these years.
Well, I really haven't been thinking about it all these years to begin with. So.
Well, some people have probably put a little more thought into it than they should have.
Well,
do we see anything else going on that we need to be aware of?
Just people writing down, taking notes on this lecture.
All right. Well, then
Does he appear to be as nervous as he was the night before?
I will say make an appraise check.
Appraise. I see it. Oof. This better be good. I appraise nothing.
He doesn't seem like he is even paying any attention to you, and he's just kind of doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well,
I guess we'll listen for a little bit.
Was there a sheet of paper on the outside that said when these lectures were supposed to be happening?
Well, that's why I was hoping to see the porter. I don't want to miss my speaking.
Right. Well, let's step outside the hall here and see if maybe there's a chart somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so you guys are leaving the lecture hall to stand outside of it?
So let's see if there's a sign that says
Sign.
Stuff is.
Times.
Yeah, you guys find a kind of an itinerary hanging outside of the lecture hall. And George, you're not scheduled until about 5 o'clock today.
Oh, 5 o'clock. Well, that'll be just perfect.
And when's mine?
You're right after him at 6.
Fantastic.
All right. You got your lecture ready?
I'm pretty good. I'm just gonna kind of fly by, see my pants like I always do.
You're gonna wing it, huh? Yeah. I see what you did there. Fly
Just hope it
by the
doesn't
seat of your
crash.
pants. Yeah, oh yeah, there. No, that's good.
All right. To those who are heading to the mess hall. So what was it? We got Ambrose and
Bro.
Calvin.
And Calvin. And oh yeah, we're meeting Sarah there.
John.
You got Ambrose and Calvin. You guys walk into the mess hall and you see Sarah Jane sitting at a table in her nightgown with a cup of tea. And some people from across the room are giving her kind of a weird look because she's there in her nightly unmentionables.
Well, she looks comfortable.
To be fair, in the 1920s, it was probably pretty modest.
It was still in the modest for them.
That's true.
Excuse me, miss, did you forget something this morning?
Well, I do think I forgot to bring my extra book.
Did you maybe forget to bring your extra blouse?
Oh, no! Excuse me.
And I'm gonna run to the room and
Run
go
back to
put
the
on
door.
real clothes.
Now that's the title for this episode. No,
Did you forget your blouse?
Did you forget your extra
your
blouse?
extra blouse.
Right. So right after she runs out of the room, you hear in a familiar voice coming from across the room.
They're what? That's unacceptable. You must find them now.
What's going on over there?
You see a familiar mousy looking dude yelling at a bunch of students.
Yeah, it looks like we found the porter. This guy. Should we go say hi? Or do you want to grab some chow before we do
What
that?
do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I could use some coffee before putting up with him.
Yeah, we head over to where the food is.
All right. It's set up kind of like a continental breakfast like you would get at like a Hotel 6 or something like that.
Excellent.
Eggs sound great.
All right, I take as much as I can.
There's more description of you guys eating in this one shot than there is of the actual story.
That's what you do at the holidays. You eat.
Yeah, we could hope. I mean, it's the most important thing, right?
So
Sure.
while we're sitting there eating, I sip on my coffee and I just kind of watch Skeevy McSkeevy Pants harass people.
He's not actually harassing people. He looks more like he is very worried. And he's kind of pointing as he's talking, kind of pointing directions and like he's trying to organize something. Like something's gone sideways on him.
Did
He looks-
critically fail with his clothes?
What's that?
Did he critically fail with his clothes?
No.
He looks like he's pretty upset. I mean, I'm done. You look like you still got half a plate to eat, maybe 6.
Yeah, and I'll finish up what you're left on your plate as well.
Yeah, I'm full. I'll take my coffee with me, but I'll go see if I can assist. I mean, I'm just a spectator, but help where I can. That's what my pa told me.
That's nice. I like to hear that.
And I walk over to the short stuff, mousy guy.
All right. By the time you get over there, he's just kind of sitting by himself at a table, elbows on the table, knuckles to eyeballs, just kind of sitting there exasperated. He seems like he's about 2 steps away from sobbing.
Hey, excuse me, partner. Everything going all right? You seem a little flustered over there, and thought I'd extend my services for whatever they are, best as I can.
He looks up at you and he says, "The masters, they're gone.
The what?
The masters."
Wait, the bodies?
All 5 of them. They're missing.
Like you put them somewhere and they're not there no more?
Exactly.
I guess I would be missing. I don't know what to do with this information.
To make all the crypt keeper.
Because I'm not really a finding bodies kind of a guy. I have a feeling you're going to need some help tracking them down. I don't.
As you say that, he looks up at you in a look of desperation. Can you help? We can't have the Gaudi without the bodies.
Hold on one second. I'm going to go talk to my breakfast mate over here, and we'll just sit tight. Here, hold my coffee. And I head back over to Ambrose. Hey, you about done with that plate yet?
I'm just about done.
So I talked to the porter, and you're never gonna believe this, but
Did you finish your milk? Can I finish up your milk?
You can have whatever you want.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you're not gonna believe this, but he said the masters were gone, like the bodies were gone.
Who took them?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Obviously, he doesn't know.
Oh.
This is all real weird, or is it just me?
It's real weird. I mean, someone must have taken the bodies.
Right.
Who's supposed to be looking over them?
That's a great question. He told me, and I just kind of blanked. Like, what do you do with that kind of information? It's not every day bodies just disappear or walk off. Oh, that is a scary thought. Good Lord.
How can a body walk off? Come on, man.
But it's scary, though. I mean, it happened in the Bible.
Well, that's Bible times. This is not Bible times.
Doesn't mean it can't happen again. But okay, I don't want to talk about it no more. So, weird thing. He wants us to help him find the bodies.
I know where them bodies are. Where we'll start looking for a body. We don't even know what's around here. We're not from here.
That's a good point. I don't want to seem ungrateful for the big shindig they got going on this week.
Well,
I mean, came here for a reason.
Yeah. But we should call the police officers, right?
Hey, that is a good idea, man. That's got me all baffled and confused.
Right about this time, Sarah, you have dressed yourself and you are coming back into the mess hall.
Maybe Sarah knows something about bodies. She's reading books all the time.
5'2", eyes of blue. Come on over here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, it's all right. This will take your mind off it. We got some sort of mystery going on.
Oh,
no. Looks like someone has up and taken away the bodies of the masters.
Well, why would anyone want the bodies?
We have no idea, but we're going to talk to Mr. Scullion. Maybe we can get the police officers on this.
Do you know anything about bodies that you've read in books?
Well, I mean, there's obviously Frankenstein, but I don't think that's completely applicable here.
See, walking off again.
Well, he had a little bit of help.
These might have had a little bit of help.
Well, I mean, that is possible.
I'm terrified right now.
Of nothing. You're terrified of nothing, man.
All right. Let's go talk to him, because I think he might just bawl all over that table, and can't have that, not in front of everybody.
Well, let's see if he knows where the telephone is. We can call the police officers down here.
Get out of here.
So we head over there. Is he still?
He's very distraught.
Okay. Mr. Scullion?
Yes. I'm sorry. Your esteemed guests. Compose myself. How can I help you?
Yeah, have you called the police officers to help look out for the bodies?
Certainly not.
Well, why not?
Oh, we couldn't possibly have scandal on our campus. It'd besmirch the tradition of porterhouse.
Where's the scandal? Someone stole your bodies. You want to get them back, right?
We don't need the whole knowing public to know that we've lost the masters. It'd be outrageous.
Well, it's outrageous that someone stole them, don't you think?
What did the masters look like?
Well, I mean, they were dead.
Well, I had a dream last night. I know this sounds crazy, but I had a dream, and there was this older gentleman, and he was talking about tradition a lot like you do.
As you say this, you see his eyes get wide.
Are you all right, sir? I believe your eyeballs just fell out of your head.
Oh, don't say that.
Continue.
Well, it was just, he was very, very against new ideas, like the Dewey Decimal System, and I told him he could organize his books however he wanted to.
And that was it?
Well, he did say that it was important to keep the traditions, which I agree. Traditions have a place. Maybe not dead body traditions, but traditions in general.
And that was all he had to say.
Well, then I woke up.
It's very bizarre. He normally doesn't
Normally?
arrive to debate.
Did you say the word normally, sir?
He looks quizzical. He's like, I've got to go.
Well,
And he
but
gets up and walks off,
Well, how
ignoring
rude.
everything else you say.
in the middle of a conversation?
It's rather rude.
It's a whole lot of rude.
Well, I say we try to find a telephone, try to call those police officers down here anyway. Something like this should be reported.
I absolutely agree. Man, we got any lectures going on that we need to attend?
I think it's a little bit more important than a lecture, son.
Well, I know. I was wondering. The other two gentlemen, I mean, they're more educated than I am, so I was thinking maybe they'd have some ideas that we could bounce off of them after we call the police.
Well, why don't you go look for them, and I'll head over to the main office to see if they have a telephone.
Yeah, all right. I mean, okay. All right, I'll go get them.
Miss, who'd you like to go with?
Well, I think that finding the older gentleman would probably be better.
All right, why don't you go with him, and we'll meet up back here, or, you know what? Meet me at the offices. I'll stay over there.
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
So who's going where now?
I'm going to go to the offices, see if they have a telephone, and the other two are going to meet with the other two.
Okay.
Yep.
Break out the party.
Really breaking it now.
Yeah.
I thought that was the whole point of this campaign.
No, breaking the party's sanity is the whole point of the campaign.
Same difference.
Okay, the two of you who are currently at the lecture hall, where did we leave off with you? I'm having a hard time remembering.
We were just standing there, I believe.
I don't think we had anything that we were doing.
Just a couple dudes standing there.
Oh, that's right. You guys were waiting for the lecturer guy to finish up.
We were gonna jump him.
Okay. So you guys, he finishes up his lecture, and starts to kind of straighten up himself, and he picks up his diagrams, and the crowd is shuffling out of the auditorium. They're letting the stage turn over. There's probably about 20 minutes between lectures, so they're filing out. He picks up his stuff and he heads towards off stage to go backstage.
I think now's a good time to get a hold of him.
I agree. So we kind of walk in. Ambrose, how was the burning last night?
You are walking against the flow of people out of the auditorium currently, and there's a lot of hubbub. There is a lot of hubbub, talking and whatnot. It's sort of
Right.
like, so he doesn't seem to hear you as he is walking off the stage.
Is there a way
Oh,
to get
bother.
there faster?
I mean, if you want to roll,
Dodge.
yeah, let's go with dodge. That works. You're dodging people.
Let's try it.
But I drive a Ford.
I thought you flew an airplane.
You're not
failed
there
the
Oh, I got it. And I hit it again.
dodge.
All right, so okay, here's what happens. George, you're walking through the crowd, and so you've started, just because you're trying to get up on that stage, you're pushing people out of your way. And as George is pushing people out of the way, he pushes another person into Clayton. Clayton, you fall over,
Ow!
and
Yeah.
people start stepping on you a little bit because they don't notice you down there.
Hey! Old man is spry. Shove people to the side, trying to stand up, stumbling, and I keep moving forward.
All right. By this time, George is already to the stage. You're about halfway there.
Right?
And George is climbing up on the stage, waving at the lecturer. He turns when he hears your voice, and he sees you, and he's like, yes, how can I help you? Did you have a question in regards to the lecture, or?
Well, I do have a question for you. Did you find Tom last night? I was worried about him.
Right, Tom. Yes, I was able to find him.
Oh, good. Oh, good. How is he?
He is fine.
Okay. Do you know where he is right about now, or where you left him?
Well, I mean, last night I saw him last night. I haven't seen him this morning. He could be anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. So he's well. He was well.
When I last saw him.
Good. And how's George?
I don't know who you're talking about. Who's George?
Have I made it up to the lecture yet?
What's that?
Have I made it to the lecture
Yeah.
yet?
By this point, you've made it up to
Yeah.
Ancaster.
Okay. I go, the one that was supposed to start the burning for you last night.
Yeah, that George.
He just looks at you and says, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I point at the cards in his hands. It's on card number 2 on the backside.
Sir, have you been rifling through my intellectual property?
Have you been burning things?
Oh, good comeback.
He just and he just turns around and marches off the stage, all PO'd.
For an anatomy teacher, you certainly don't forget the fact that you can have a cough lozenger for that cough there, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't sound too good.
Can we follow him?
If you want to. By about this time, Calvin, too many new names for me to have to remember. Calvin and Sarah have come into the auditorium, and you see them chasing off the stage. Are you going to shout to them, or are you going to... What are you guys doing?
I look back and I see them. George, why don't you invite them to come join us? I'm going to follow Ambrose here.
Hey, come on up. We just found Mr. What's his name?
Ancaster.
Ancaster.
Yeah, Ancaster. The Ambrose, I thought was right over there. Yeah, we found him, and he seemed very, very skittish.
Yeah, well, I mean, he may have something to do with. So, all right. So we went to the mess hall. I'm trying to make this quick. Went to the mess hall, talked to the porter, and he said the master's bodies are missing.
You mean the dead bodies?
Yes,
that's exactly
the
what I
dead
said.
bodies.
Oh well, that seems. I don't know what anyone would want with a bunch of dead bodies.
Well, now that I've shown up and you've talked to Ancaster, I'm starting to wonder if he had something to do with it. He seems to run off every time you try talking to him. But we were going to call the police, and that's what Ambrose is doing. But I don't know. You guys got any advice for finding dead bodies?
Well, I'd say I'd look for follow your nose.
Probably, or some dust, depending on how long they've been deceased.
Yeah, they were in coffin things, right?
I believe there was some glass there as well.
Well, I imagine that those might be kind of hard to move.
Indeed.
I don't suppose they could have got too far.
Especially with those glass lids. I'm sure that could have caused some problems.
Well, maybe we need to just track down Ancaster and get as much information about him. We got to keep him from walking away.
Well,
something's going on here.
Clayton's going after Ancaster right now.
Well, let's follow Clayton then.
Oh, I don't. Right. Yeah, let's do that.
So we follow.
Clayton.
Yes.
You are following after Ancaster, and he looks back and he goes, "Leave me alone! Stop following me around campus."
Look, you're getting real squirrely with me, man, and I don't appreciate that. Now, look. What's going on here?
He looks at you and goes, "I'm getting squirrely with you? You're the man who's been rummaging through my things.
You're the one burning things.
You don't know anything about what you're talking about. I don't know anything about what you're talking about."
Then why is it on your card? In your handwriting, by the way.
At this point, his cards aren't in his hands. He's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Where are your cards at?
You, sir, must leave me alone now.
Oh, there you are, Clayton.
Hey, the gang's all here.
Well, most of us.
Well, we just, I believe that they said Bro was calling the police.
Because missing bodies is nothing to play with. I mean, all the biohazardous material everywhere.
Burning bodies?
Well, no.
What's happening?
Missing bodies.
Missing bodies.
Oh yeah.
Anything about burning. That would be called cremation.
What missing bodies?
You didn't know?
No, I've been having a lovely conversation with Mr. Ancaster here. Right, Jimbo?
As you guys have been talking, he's already slipped off and started running.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
Oh, I don't think he liked us talking about the police.
I believe he's a little sus. Let's go after him.
Sus was not a phrase back in the 1920s.
No, I'm pretty sure it's right here. She found it in one of her books.
Indeed.
Should we take off after him?
Let's do it.
All right.
He runs into the office building. You guys are probably about 100 yards behind him. And by the time you guys get there, he's standing behind a familiar-looking, large, bearded man.
Santa, is that you?
And he looks back and he goes, "Ancaster, is..." Try this again. "Ancaster, is this them?" He goes, yes, this is them. They've been molesting me throughout the entire campus.
My hands haven't
I-
touched you.
I was gonna say I ain't touched nobody.
Did you touch the bodies that are missing?
And he looks at the four of you and goes, please remember you are here as guests, and Castor is one of our lecturers. Please do as he says, or we will have to revoke your access to the campus.
Well, that just seems very suspicious to me that you would be willing to revoke the privileges of other guests based on one singular guest who is acting very suspicious.
Exactly.
Suspicious of what? What crimes can you attribute to him?
Well, none, but running away from people when you're just simply trying to have a conversation about the new decimal system.
He tells me that you guys have been rifling through his personal items,
I would never.
and that is unacceptable.
I think rifle's a bit strong of a word. They were laid out all over the table.
And I wasn't even there. Oh,
Neither
oh
was
dear.
I.
Look at the time. I don't know. Oh, look at that time.
Yes. Say, aren't you supposed to be somewhere now?
Oh, well,
I mean, we did pay you that advance to do something.
well, yes, I had a lecture that I was supposed to give, but it's at 5, I believe. So that's wait a second. Maybe I read that wrong. Oh, dear. I've got to go prepare some notes or something. This is the most ungraceful exit ever.
And
Oh,
so
no.
George runs off to the dorms to go collect his notes because he realized that he was late for his lecture.
Sure. Yeah.
Boy, he runs fast for an old geezer.
He did say he was spry.
Very spry.
Very spry.
All right, now rewind about a period of time here. Ambrose,
Bro,
you walk up to the office, and as you walk in, the office seems mostly deserted.
okay, I look around for a telephone.
As they are very new devices, you're not seeing one really in here at all.
Okay.
You do notice a silhouette moving against a glass door that is further back in the office.
Does it look like a silhouette of a telephone?
No, it's a silhouette of a person moving around.
Okay. I call out, hello?
A door opens and you see a large bearded man come out. Yes. How can I help you?
Excuse me, sir. I was just looking for a telephone.
Right. That would make sense, except this godforsaken campus is so steeped in tradition that a telephone couldn't possibly be approved by our academic board.
All right.
Alas, we do not have a telephone.
Do you have a bicycle or something? I just need to. There was a situation on campus that required police officers.
Oh, really? What is the situation on campus that we need to address the police then?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but if you could talk with Mr. Scullion, the porter, he has much more information than I do. So, but it seems as though he was a little wary about calling the police officers. So I'm not exactly sure, but perhaps another set of ears on the situation might remedy that.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd prefer not to deal with the porter. I mean, I wouldn't pee on him if he was on fire if I had my druthers.
I don't know anything about that, sir, but if you wanted to, if there's a bicycle or something, you could just point me in the direction of the police station and I could go and fetch him.
Unfortunately, I'm not aware of any bicycles on campus. I'll see if I can't summon the porter here. In the meantime, why don't you have a seat in my office?
Thank you, sir.
And so you have been sitting in the office for that entire time until you hear the rest of your party come in. And you heard that entire exchange where he is, where we are currently at. So
All right.
you are welcome to adventure into the scene however you see fit.
I'll just venture right in. Hello, everybody.
Bro, how's it going?
Did you get
It's
the
going
police called?
strangely. Excuse me?
Did you get the police called?
They don't have a telephone on campus.
Why
So-
would they?
I did talk to a gentleman in the office, and he said that he was going to
He
try
is literally standing right in front of you.
this gentleman right here. So he's probably a little bit more official, if you know what I mean. And he can most likely get things done better than I can. So I relayed the information as best as I could over to him.
Well,
And he looks at you, Ambrose, and then he looks at the rest of the
Bro.
party. And he's like, wait, what's the meaning of this? I'm being told that we need police, and then you're rummaging through Ancaster's belongings.
Look, again, I think rummaging is a kind of a loaded term there. All it was is last night we were at the lecture hall having a lovely conversation. He walks off, happened to see his stuff laid out everywhere. Couldn't help but notice some notes on there. Said something about him having a burning with somebody today. You happen to know a guy named George by any chance? Doesn't matter. But anyway, some guy named George and him were going to light someone on fire. Then there's a student. He's consorting with some sort of student late at night. Now, you and I both know that's well after curfew for any young man in a college institution like this. And we were just trying to ask some questions. And now, all of a sudden, we got missing bodies. I can't help but wonder, maybe those missing bodies got lit on fire.
to be fair, the missing bodies have been dead for quite a while. It's not like they're fresh.
Everybody in the room, make a spot hidden, please.
Oh, I did not do well.
Woo! I rolled a 1.
Whoa, nicely
The only
done.
time that's a good thing.
Everybody passed.
Nice, I did it twice.
Are you sure I passed, Mr. Keeper?
No, you did not.
Okay.
You started thinking about an interesting book called At the Mountains of Madness.
Oh, no.
And
Sound interesting.
but for the rest of you, you guys notice as soon as Clayton starts running his mouth, the large gentleman with the beard starts to look a little bit anxious and a bit less friendly to you.
You know about the dead bodies?
I'll
What's
look
that?
up the.
What I didn't hear what he had said.
I looked at the big man and I said, "You know something about the bodies?"
Well, I mean, it's a little bit alarming. If the bodies that you're referring to are what I think they are, they would be the masters.
That's
And-
correct.
Right.
And they are a source of tradition on campus.
That's what the porter keeps telling us.
And
Right.
so, of course, I would be alarmed if they were to disappear.
Are caught on fire?
What is this fire you keep talking about? I have seen no fire on campus.
I'd check his notes if I were you.
Preposterous. Now, if there's nothing else, I would ask you to leave my office.
Well, we're here to help find the bodies. The porter requested our help.
Well, I don't recall that I requested your help.
But don't you want help? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You have people here offering to help, and you just want to dismiss us? That doesn't seem prudent. Like you got something to hide. Like your fella here has something to hide. I'm awfully suspicious of what's going on.
It would look quite bad on the school if all of a sudden, people willing to help you find the masters, a staple of tradition here at this fine institution, and you just dismiss them. And we're an assortment of pretty intelligent individuals who would be happy to help you.
Honestly, I could care less if the masters ever got found again. Personally, if I had my druthers, the tradition nonsense at the school would be tossed in the refuse bin.
That's
Oh,
fascinating.
no. But the masters wouldn't like that. They told me that in a dream.
As you say that, he blanches entirely.
Do you need a cup of water, sir? You look a little pasty.
I indeed I might. I must be going.
Calvin, you're a reporter, right? You writing all this down?
I mean, I got it locked away up here, but I can sure as heck write a good article about all this.
That'd be quite interesting when you get home, wouldn't it?
Oh,
yes.
Absolutely.
Sir, I think you might want to stay unless you want some bad press on the school.
He looks at you and goes, "Are you blackmailing me?"
No, not at all. I'm just stating facts. This is what librarians do. We are very factual.
It's true.
This man's a journalist, not a commentator.
That's right. And I could take pictures too, but I don't have my camera on me. But anyway, yeah.
And this gentleman here does look photogenic. We should probably go back to the cabins and get those and take a picture of this wonderful looking man. You are a fine specimen of, my anatomy friend over here. He would probably tell you all about you, why you're such a big behemoth right over here.
Make a fast talk roll, please.
Oh, I know that in person he's very good at fast talk.
68.
What are you rolling against?
5.
He gets incredibly irritated and goes, "Sir, I demand you leave my office immediately, or I will be calling the police, and not for the reasons why you want me to."
Oh, there is a phone.
No, but I know how to get them on campus.
Well, shouldn't you get them on campus for the bodies?
I have asked you to leave my office, and I expect you to do it immediately.
He said, "Good day, sir." I
I
put
mean,
my hands up.
Why don't we leave the office and leave this gentleman to his official duties, and we'll just get on with what we need to get on with.
That seems fair.
Have a good day, sir.
Good day to you. And he goes back into his office, slams the door.
Good day, sir.
All right, I'm heading into town to see if I can scare up some police officers. Anyone want to join me?
I don't know what they're going to do now. I mean, it seems like a conflict. You got people running the place saying they don't care about the masters. You got people that help running the place saying they care about the masters. I guess, why do we care about the masters? That's what I want to know. I mean, I understand tradition and it's a thing, but...
Well, they're human bodies, and you got to treat them with respect. So,
right, but who's to say, Ancaster didn't just go out and bury him because he's tired of looking at him? I'd be
that's
tired of
highly
looking at him.
possible, but we don't know that, so we need to take care of them the best we can with the information that we do have.
Have you guys left the office yet?
We're
We're
walking.
walking out, yeah.
Right.
However big the office is, as long as it takes to get out.
They're just kind of filing out.
As you guys are leaving the office, across the quad, you guys actually see a police carriage.
Oh, there's a police carriage now. Come on, everyone. Or as
And
much.
And there's a large crowd of people. There's a large crowd of people next to it. It's right next to the chapel.
What's a large crowd? 10, 100,000?
Probably about 50 people.
Okay.
Well, what's the commotion about?
Don't know. Let's find out.
Do we hear any of the yelling or shouting?
Just some hushed murmurs. And as you look around, you notice some shocked looks on people's faces.
Did you kill George?
He jumped off the bridge.
I walked up and asked somebody, "Hey, what's going on over here?"
They just, with a hand over their mouth, they just kind of point. And as you follow their finger, you notice a mess of meat that used to be a human splattered against the ground.
Oh, no.
Oh, my Lord.
Like, it looks like, when you say splatter, it looks like they fell.
Make a Make a medicine check, please.
61.
Oh dear.
I failed.
Yeah, you're not certain.
I would like to throw up.
Make a constitution.
Yes.
Let's actually no, not a medicine. Make an intelligence check. It's not really a medicine thing.
Still versus a 1, right?
Haha. Intelligence is going to be up in your main stats.
Okay.
But we're in Massachusetts.
Technically, I said New England, so
I made an extreme success. 4
All
versus
right.
8.
Oh.
Looking at the splatter pattern, it does in fact look like he came from the top of the bell tower.
That's going to take a while. To
Guys,
clean
being a
up.
pilot, I've seen a lot of this happen before. This is not good.
Do we see any police officers around? We see the carriage, but
There are police officers around the scene. Yes.
all right. And
And there are a bunch of people milling through the scenes as well, because during the later part of the 1800s and the early part of the 1900s, it was common for police officers to have the public wander through crime scenes and offer their opinions on what could have possibly happened as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Do we recognize the body at all? Any recognizable clothing or articles?
Actually, yeah. You notice on the lump of mush that used to be a head, there is a rugby helmet.
Oh dear.
Guys, I think that used to be one of the teammates, one of the rugby players. Did they have jerseys with numbers back then?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm putting all kinds of puzzle pieces together, but you don't think that's Thomas, do you? I mean, the boy didn't seem right in the head.
And I'm not sure he actually came back to his dorm last night.
I ain't seen him.
I don't think there's any way of telling. That's all gummed up.
I'd like to approach the closest police officer,
Okay.
and I just ask him, hey, so I know I'm not from around here, obviously, but here at the college, and there's a player that kind of went batty not too long ago. You know anything about that?
A player that went batty?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has brought it up, but he seemed a little off, and kind of worried that this might be him. We've been looking for him for the day.
Are you asking who this corpse is?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, we already know who this corpse is. That's easy.
all right.
Well, this is Thomas Jones.
Expletive.
Any idea what happened, officer?
It seems pretty cut and dry. I mean, obviously he lost the game last night because of his own idiocy, and so he climbed to the tower and jumped off out of disgrace. Easy peasy.
Out of game, from my remembrance, was he wearing a helmet when he walked off the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's much else we can do to help here.
You know, Ancaster was looking for him. I mean, maybe we should go tell him. That guy doesn't want to talk to us anyway, but it may not be a bad idea to let him know that we think his prized rugby players here on the street.
If you want to, you can go ahead, but I don't know if it's our responsibility.
He did not seem too friendly.
Well, I think it's the right thing to do.
Who was the guy that, the big man? What was his role on campus?
He's the current headmaster.
Oh, he's going to be shown on display when he dies.
Do you think the headmaster knows? I feel like he would be a lot less concerned about what we were talking with Ancaster if he knew one of his students was on the floor here.
I'm sure he'll find out sooner or later.
Somebody
up
make
the-
a spot hidden for me, please.
I did not.
You got a 31.
Don't count
success.
mine.
13 success.
Clayton and Calvin. Ambrose, what were you rolling against?
25.
All right. Clayton and Calvin, you guys notice a horse-drawn carriage coming onto the campus grounds, and there's no one driving it.
Well, that is unusual.
You think the horse got loose?
Not likely. Those are pretty trained.
What
That's what I
happened?
thought.
Can we tell what's in the carriage?
At this distance, probably not.
So look over there, bro. Looks like there's a horse-drawn carriage without a driver.
What happened to the driver?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Bro, you're pretty athletic. Do you think you can jump up on there?
Is it moving?
Yes.
How fast is it moving?
Probably about 5 miles an hour. You know, it's the horse is just at a standard walk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can ride. Let me see if I can slow the horse down. What do you want me to roll on? Ride or?
If this is D&D, I'd make you do a animal handling check. Yeah, let's go with ride. That makes sense.
That is.
A 63 versus 40.
Oh well.
You try to get up to the horse, but the horse isn't really paying a whole lot of attention to you. He pulls to a stop just outside of the main dorm, and the porter you see the porter kind of look out through a window, and his eyes get wide, and he runs out, looking rather excited, and he runs to the back. As you guys are walking up to the carriage, you see him very, very in animated gestures. He's elated, and he's pulling something large and oblong out of the back of this cart. And it's covered with sheets.
All right. Mr. Scullion, is there anything I can help you with?
I mean, I'm fine. It's a happy day. It seems that my notes have disappeared on me.
I mean, there's
All
a
right.
dead body over there. I wouldn't call it a happy day.
It seems that Master Nichols has returned to us after all. He's returned home.
You mean the dead guy that started the Gaudi?
Yes.
Did he go on a midnight ride?
It appears to be so. In the laundry cart.
Oh, so his coffin returned, you mean?
He turns it around, and he kind of opens it up, and he goes like, all of it. I mean,
Olive's coffin?
well, he's in it.
Oh, right. That's what I meant.
Barchester, Elgin, and Bing, they're all missing still, but at least Master Nichols is here.
All right. Where could the others be?
I don't rightly know, but I intend to find out.
Does anybody know where this rig came from?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit weird that George isn't here to be driving the horse, but this is the laundry service that we use on campus.
Did you say George?
Yes, George Jankman. He's a workman. He works on our furnaces and hot water and steam systems. He also does our linens for us, and then the King's Head up there. The King's Head again is the hotel at the end of the across the street from the university.
Could we talk with Mr. Jankman? Maybe he knows where the other coffins would be.
I mean, he doesn't appear to be here to talk to, which is weird. And you normally see horses riding themselves.
Right. Does he stay on campus?
No, he's only an employee. He's not a attendee or anything like that.
But you know his address?
Well, that would be personal information. It would be highly inappropriate for me just to hand that out.
I understand, but if we wanted to bring his rig back to his home.
Well, I suppose. And he gives you the address, which I'm not going to say an address on here because I don't want to fall into a Tommy Two-Tone situation.
Okay.
So, you have any idea what old Georgie has to do with Ancaster?
Who are you asking?
The Sneed.
Mr. Scullion?
Scullion.
Going.
He kind of gets a narrow look in his eyes, and he's not entirely.
I mean, it just seems Scullion had not Scullion. Ancaster had some notes, something about sending George to Thomas, and then something about burning something.
As soon as you say that, his eyes get wide, and he goes, "I have to go."
I guess that's a yes. You know something?
He just kind of marches off.
What is it with people at this college just leaving in the middle of conversation?
I'm
Starting
sorry,
to think it's me.
I ain't
Well, it
coming
might be
back.
you.
They're rude.
I'm gonna go to a southern school next time.
Indeed.
It's almost as bad as those guys in Boston.
Well, we have the address. Why don't we take the cart back?
That's not a bad idea.
I would agree.
Everybody load up.
Load up.
Who's driving?
Well, I can ride a little, but I've never driven a carriage before.
I read a book on it once. Can I give a shot at it?
You're welcome to try.
What would I roll for that, Mr. Keeper?
This I would consider under drive automobile.
Where is that on my sheet?
Person
Under the
crowds to the left.
dice.
I could have done that.
But you didn't. You let the girl do it. Woman drivers, no
Oh,
survivors.
The horse doesn't like me.
No, she doesn't. So you climb behind the horse and just kind of mimicking what you think you've seen people do before. You just kind of snap the reins and the horse bolts. You just takes off out of control horses.
Were we all inside?
I don't know. Were you?
I think we were. We all loaded up into it.
Okay, so yeah, I need everybody to make a what to do with this.
We don't need Cthulhu to kill us. We're going to do it ourselves.
I know, right?
The horse is Cthulhu.
I need you guys to make a survival check for me, please.
This is why Celeste does not normally drive.
True story.
Survival.
I don't think I have survival. I have swim, throw, and track
Same.
under survival skills.
Oh, you guys don't have survival on there. I'm just looking at an actual sheet here. Okay, then let's go with we'll go with dodge. Dodge works just as well.
Oh, I'm my poor broken body.
Everybody's
Your-
poor broken body. Everybody. Okay. Everybody just failed this.
Wow.
So
and this is
as you
how
got-
the party died.
All right, game over, guys.
Sarah
Okay.
Jane killed the party.
Game
Okay,
over,
so
man.
as-
Game over.
As she snaps the reins and the horse takes off, everybody falls out the back of the wagon as the horse takes off. I need everybody to take crit. Everybody takes 3 damage.
Where does that go to? Does that go to our hit points?
Yep.
Okay.
How do we adjust that?
You go into edit mode.
Okay. It's the first number we need to change?
Yep.
I think I might have broke my arm.
I am so sorry, gentlemen. I really thought that book seemed to make the horses much gentler than they really are, apparently.
I guess we're walking.
For those of us that can walk.
Well, you know what? Why don't we check quickly with the hotel across the street, because maybe they have a telephone.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. We check at the hotel to see if they have a telephone.
You went to the King's Head.
King's Head.
You go in there. It's kind of a stuffy place. You go to the front desk, and the clerk there informs you that they do not, in fact, have a telephone due to their business agreements with the college across the street.
All right.
What kind of establishment is this?
And the lady behind the counter goes, "Well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but it has to do with the college across the street. We keep the crypt that they keep their masters in the basement here, so they pay very well to have that happen. So we afford them some benefits."
Do you have a map, a street map of the area? We're looking for a house in the area.
Unfortunately, we do not.
Do you know where this street is? And I let her know what street it is.
Oh yeah, you just want to go up to you just go up this road here and you hang a right, and then you're gonna see a great big tree. It's seriously like the biggest tree you've ever seen in your life. You hang a left there, and then at Winston's drugstore, you're gonna want to turn like a quarter bit, there's like a 3-way turn there, and you want to take the left. But once you take that left, you're gonna take your next immediate right, and then swing it back around to the left, because you're gonna see the Waldenstrins. If you go past there and you see the Sears Roebuck, you've gone too far. You want to go back about 3 blocks, and then you're gonna want to turn right onto Plank Place. And after you're on Plank Place, you want to go back and you're gonna go past that Church of Jesus Christ God thing there on the corner, and you want to hang a right. And once you pass there, there's an LDS church there, and you're gonna want to keep going after the LDS church, and there's going to be a stump in this yard. Seriously, like the biggest stump you've ever seen. And then you're going to want to take a left there and then spin back around to do another left and then hang a right on the one-way on Left Road.
Got it. Thank you very much.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, you all have a great day.
You too, miss. And we head out. I'm going to look for a drugstore or a soda shop or something like that.
You're going to make me do this again, Steve.
Yeah, well, in post, you can just take what you just said and just cut and paste it.
Is it going to have the same lady working there?
Yes.
Why not?
I mean, it's the same
creepy
lady as
little
there's a dragon lady in our other game that sounds exactly like that.
It'd be kind of creepy if every lady in town sounded like that for some reason.
Where's Joy?
We don't know why.
Every lady I've ever talked to from Massachusetts does sound like that to me. So I'm
Nice. All right. Well, as soon as we get outside, I'm going to turn to everyone and say, "Did you all hear her say that they kept the bodies here in the hotel?"
You
In
know,
the
I
cellar?
did think that. I was wondering why they would keep bodies in a cellar instead of burying them like they are supposed to.
Nothing
Well,
makes sense.
if they need to keep taking them out for the Gaudi, then I mean you got to
This
store them
is-
somewhere handy.
This is not ancient Egypt. We should not be pulling bodies out and disturbing them.
You sound like someone who might know a little bit something about ancient Egypt, Miss Hotep. But why don't we look around the grounds here and see if there's any way we can maybe get into a cellar or something and take a look, see if the other ones are here. Might solve our problem.
That might be a good idea, but they did say they were gone.
Well, how much do you trust her?
Oh, not a lot.
Well, there you go. Why don't we just take a quick look around while we're here,
Sounds like a plan.
boys?
Let's do it.
I suppose.
All right, we're gonna take a quick walk around the grounds and see if we can see like a bulkhead or something like that that might seem like a door to the underworld.
As you, to the underworld.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
All right. So as you are wandering around, there is you do see a cellar door around back.
All right. We wiggle the handle there.
On the cellar door, you notice that there's a plaque that says, "That is not dead, which can eternal." No, I'm kidding. It seems like the door is actually unlocked.
All right. We open it up gently.
Perhaps this lack security is why they are missing the bodies.
Entirely possible.
Might play a thing or two in it.
Are you guys going in?
Well, of course.
Yep.
Let's do
it. As you guys are going in, you hear a thump.
Oh, that's not good.
And as you turn, you guys see a body in the middle of the floor.
Well, look, we found
Anyone
one.
we know? Is anyone we know?
It is. When you go to look at the body, it is severely decomposed. Like it's been dead for a while.
All right. Looks like this might be Barchester, Elgin, or Bing. That's about as close as I can tell without dog tags or anything.
He doesn't look like a dog.
Let's keep moving.
Where
what does it
are
look
you?
like inside?
It's just one large cellar room.
Okay. With one body near to the entrance, and then
Sort of in the middle of the room. It looks like it. If you were to guess, you would almost say it looked like it fell over walking.
okay. Nothing else in the room that we can see?
No,
Okay. What about doors, windows?
just the one you came in through, and then of course the one that goes up into the actual hotel.
So there's like a stairs, or is it just a door?
It's there are stairs that go up to it.
And it's just basically conjecture that it goes up to the hotel. We don't really know.
Right.
Okay.
It would make sense given the building that you're at.
Right. All right, ladies and gents. This is about it, unless we want to go up into the hotel area, which I'm not sure we want to do once we've already left it.
Indeed, we don't really want them to know we've been snooping around.
Right.
We could go back into town, look for another map, see if our good friend Mr. Jenkman has an address that we can walk to.
I need everybody to roll a listen.
If I had just spent 5 more points.
I did not hear anything. I am not doing well, but if I was playing our other game, I would be doing fantastic.
I need 1 point. What? Can I use hero points for this?
I don't
Nope.
think
Yeah.
that works. Do you
Calvin, you're
have
our man.
Blue points?
Okay, Calvin, while you guys are talking, you hear, while you guys are talking and looking up at the cellar door and stairs that go up, you hear a shuffling sound coming from your feet.
Coming from my feet?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with that information.
Do you look down?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I look down.
Something about feet. I will look up.
I try not to give leading comments like that anymore after JS accused me of railroading.
He's not here. I need a choo-choo sometime. All right, so, yeah, I look down because my feet ain't moving.
As you look down, the noise stops, but you notice that the corpse has moved probably about 3 feet.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, y'all, and I just point toward the corpse
In the dark.
in the dark.
Well, it's not dark enough that we can't see, right?
No.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we saw the corpse, but
Yeah, we saw him already, Cal.
no, he's. I swear he's closer.
Closer to what?
It moved.
What?
It moved. Did you not hear that?
No, we're trying to plan some things out here.
I don't know what the sound of a corpse moving would be, so I didn't hear nothing.
No, it sounded like somebody was walking. I don't think I'm losing my mind here. I could be, but I swear it moved. I heard it, and apparently y'all didn't.
Well, this is just a creepy place. Why don't we head out and look for a map of town?
Heading out would be fantastic.
All right.
We move swiftly.
Okay. as you guys exit the cellar and you open the cellar door that you came in through, you hear another thump. And as you turn, there's another body by the cellar door.
Okay, y'all heard that, right?
That's disconcerting.
That time I did hear a thump, just like the other thump. Now
Anybody
it's
knows
two
that body there
bugs.
before? That wasn't there before, was it?
No.
Not that I remember. Why don't we just head right out?
As fast as possible, please.
Miss, why don't you get between us while we head out quickly?
I think that might be wise.
Run away!
They bravely ran.
So as you guys run away, once you're about 50 yards away, you hear a door shut behind you.
Have we gone through the door?
Yeah, you were coming out the cellar. You were coming out of the cellar door when you heard the thump, and the body was next to the cellar door.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right.
Anybody going to turn around and look, or are you guys just going to keep running?
I'm
As
going to turn
we-
around and look over my shoulder.
I'm
As
looking.
as we exit, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'll be the last one out, and before I close the door, I would look back in.
Oh, you closed the door.
Before I closed the door, I would look
'Cause-
back in.
Y'all were talking about heading out, so that thump, that closing door sound was more to do with. Okay,
It was
Then
after
forget-
we closed the door.
it was after you guys left. I assumed you guys left the door open when you guys ran off. Like I thought you guys were Scooby-Dooing out of there.
But
Some of us were.
yeah, I would imagine we left the room, and then the door still being open after we left, and then I would turn around and look inside just to make sure
Okay.
what I'm seeing, and
I
then
see what you're
close
seeing.
the door. If whatever I thought would be the best thing there.
No, when you turn around, nothing has changed in the cellar.
So it's just two bodies.
No, the other body was outside of the building next to the cellar door.
Oh, okay. So it's outside the building.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You guys didn't hear it drop until you opened up the cellar door.
Okay, so we got inside. There was one body, and then as we're leaving, did we get outside and then we heard the thump, or did we hear the thump and then get outside?
You opened the cellar door and you heard the thump. You weren't quite outside. The body is outside of the cellar. It just
Okay.
out in the open.
So as we walk out, there's a body there.
Yes.
But I think we need to react to that.
Right.
Okay. So who's first out the door?
Um,
I would like it to be me.
Okay.
I'm terrified.
All right. Be terrified some more because there's a body right there for you.
Oh no, there's one out here too.
the body's hitting the floor everywhere.
All right.
Let the
Everyone's-
bodies hit the floor, I say.
Is,
Thank you.
is everyone else out?
I was behind.
I think you were second in line.
Fudge.
So
What
it's
is Dave's character?
Calvin.
Calvin. I was right behind Calvin.
Right. So are you going out after he says, "Hey, there's another body out here"?
Yes, I do. I do not do bodies.
Okay. All right. And then Clayton, you're heading out too?
Yes, I'm
All
out.
right.
I'm out the door.
All right. And how are you reacting to the body?
I looked out. I was like, "Oh my goodness, another one! What is
All
happening?"
right.
And I'm gonna look around.
John,
If I see anything.
Nope, you don't see anything.
except a body.
Yeah.
No other people on the grounds?
Nope.
Okay. Is it snowy?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, you're right. It is Christmas time in Massachusetts. I will say yes, it is snowy.
Well, it's not always snowy Christmas time in Massachusetts, but
are
it's
there
not out of
fit-
question.
Prince in the
It's-
snow?
It's not thick snow, but it's snow.
That's good.
What was that, Peeps?
Are there footprints in the snow?
There are tracks to the body, but it almost looks like it was just like the legs were dragging through the snow.
Hmm.
I have a feeling if we follow the drag marks, we might find where this body came from.
Do we really want to know, though?
This is real shady, ma'am.
Yes. This is true.
All right. I'm going to put the body, this one, inside with the other one, just to get it out of the way.
You're gonna touch it?
Well,
Oh.
it's either that or we leave it out here. I mean, who knows what's going to happen to it out here?
I mean, why don't we just walk right back up to where the police were and have them come get it? They're already messing with dead bodies anyway.
And tell them there's 2 more in the cellar.
Right. I don't want to be a part of this.
How far away is the police carriage? I mean, we already.
It's on the other side of the quad. I mean, you can see them. They're getting ready to leave, though. So if you guys are going to do something, you're going to want to do it quick.
All right. Well, hey, I'm probably the fastest one here, so let me run over there and let them know.
That's a good idea.
I will run right over.
John, I'm gonna look at the drag marks. Are there footprints within the drag marks, like where somebody would have walked back through the check already made?
Make an intelligence check, please.
17 out of 80.
From what you can see, there's not really other footprints. It almost looks like, and this just sounds crazy to you, but it almost looks like that the corpse was shambling its way here and then dropped.
As shambling?
Yep.
That just sounds crazy.
All right, I'm gonna look at Clayton and Sarah. Guys, I know this is
Yeah.
gonna sound strange, maybe a bit on the macabre, but nobody put that body here. Like, it looks like it came here on its own.
No, that ain't happening. No.
Let's just back away from the body for a minute.
That sounds like a great idea.
Just keep an eye on it.
Well, sure.
Calvin, your job is to watch the body.
I can watch it, but I don't want to look at it.
That might be problematic,
I'm
Calvin.
gonna need you to just kind of do it.
All right. I can.
Is there any rope or large stones around?
Make a spot hidden.
Mm-hmm. I gotta find it again. 14 out of 25.
You are able to find like a large decorative rock, but not like rope. It's not like, you're not on a ship or anything.
Right. Is the large decorative rock considerably heavy where possibly two guys could pick it up, but not one dead guy?
Possibly.
All right. Calvin, help me to place this rock. Basically, we're going to pin this guy down just in case.
Ain't a bad idea. All right.
Just in case he decides to walk.
Yes, ma'am.
I need both of you to make a strength check.
Well, I failed barely.
Yeah, Calvin, you're able to kind of lift up one side of this rock, but Clayton's not. And eventually you kind of strain a little bit and drop the rock. You're like, it's a big rock. The two of you just can't quite seem to get it.
Perhaps if I helped.
Oh, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
I mean, it'd be nice for somebody to lift.
Trying to figure out what I need to roll.
Strength, top.
The top.
Mm-hmm. Underneath the words Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, there it is. Well, there we go. Does that help?
Maybe. Calvin, I need you to do another strength check.
Yep, I got it.
All right. How embarrassing for you, Dallas.
Hurt my back in the war.
So, Calvin, you were able to kind of irk up your side a little bit. And then this little book mousy woman that looks very diminutive just walks up and just one hands the other side that you were struggling with, Clayton. And she's like, does this help?
I do lift all of the Tolstoy books at work. They are quite large.
All right, let's just set it down on this thing so it don't move. If it
I
moves.
hope it doesn't squish.
Oh, Mike, why'd you have to say that?
You suddenly have images of putting a rock on top of a slightly rotten pumpkin and, in context to this corpse.
Let's not put it on its head.
No, I think that would be wise to not.
Maybe on a leg. Let's just
Maybe
set
the
it down.
torso.
So you guys are taking this over to you guys are taking this giant rock over to this decomposing body.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, as you guys start to get close, you hear a voice go, "Certainly not." And then you see this corpse jump up, grab the door handle, and then run down the stairs and slamming the door behind it.
Well then.
Wait, what?
Let's put the rock on the door, guys.
Mr. Keeper, do I recognize his voice?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, I promise I'm smarter than that roll.
It was too jarring of a visual for you to really put much thought into it.
Maybe Clayton saw something?
Well, Clayton saw all of it.
But Clayton didn't have a dream that had a voice of a dead man.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get at.
Okay. Choo-choo, remember?
I gotcha.
Just drop on the caboose now.
So, now we're going over to Ambrose. You're finally getting up to the police officer. What
All
are
right.
you? And
I will find one who's not engaged in anything else, or just a random police officer.
there's only one there, and he's getting ready to leave.
Oh, okay. I'll run up to him. Sir, there's another body over near the hotel. And then we just wanted to make sure that while you're here, you might want to check that one out as well.
There's another dead body over by the hotel.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, I guess I better head over there. Why don't you climb up on the cart here with me, and I'll head over there.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Take a look. So you jump up there. He drives you back over there, because it was a bit of a walk. You're kind of grateful to not have to go all the way back again.
Mm-hmm.
And you head. By the time you get over there, he pulls up, and you see the rest of your comrades there, but there's no dead body. And the cop looks at you and goes, "Is this some kind of a sick joke?"
No. Fellas, what happened to the body?
Yeah.
Well,
there's this thing
you
where
see,
sometimes in a dead body you'll have a combination of I think they called it neurons. I heard a lecture on this once.
It just got up and moved.
it ran away.
It was yeah.
It just ran away. It spoke too. It said, "Oh heck no."
I'm sorry, officer. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Just look down there. And I point to the cellar door.
I promise I'm not crazy. I haven't even had to make a sanity check yet.
I would like to make the three of you. Oh, that makes a very good point.
Oh no. I reminded the DM of something.
The keeper of something.
Same difference.
I need the three of you that were there who saw the corpse get up and walk to make a sanity check, please.
Do we just click on the word Sandy?
Yes. Oh, I failed.
Ha-ha!
That's not nice.
I'm not strong, but my brain is good.
Are you saying that mine's not?
Well,
Ooh,
not today.
that's an interesting conversation for later.
Okay, Sarah Jane, you take 7. Ooh, you take 7 points of you lose 7 points of sanity, and Calvin, you lose 6 points of sanity, and I believe the roll. If you lose that much sanity in one go, you get a quirk, like a phobia.
Can it be of running? I really do hate to run.
I am going to say, okay, here's how this is going to go. Sarah Jane,
Yes.
you have now developed a phobia of the dark.
Oh.
You watched that corpse run into that dark cellar. Now you cannot stand being in dark places at all.
And it's nighttime, isn't it?
Not yet.
Oh, gentlemen.
And Calvin, because of your thought of the idea of putting that rock on top of a semi-rotted pumpkin, you have developed an irrational fear of gourds of all kinds.
You mean Jimmy and Jerry?
Time for anymore.
Well, gentlemen, it's getting dark, so I believe I am going to head back to the college, and I'm going to give my lecture and then carry a candle with me everywhere I go.
Hey, we got to go, man. We got people in our house.
I get that. Let's do this because I really want to finish the story at some point.
Right.
We'll do this as a part 1, and then for the New Year's episode, we'll finish it off as a part 2.
Groovy.
You guys want to do that?
I'm all for
Sounds like
it.
a good idea.
Only if Deliverance has a New Year's song that we can use at the beginning of the.
Funny guy.
What?
All right.
So, all right. So for the people out there, thanks for listening. You can catch the second half of this arc for our New Year's episode, and then after that, we will resume the story arc and polish off that story arc for you. Actually, no, we aren't even there yet with what's on the with what's being released. So you'll hear more of our stuff after New Year's. So thanks for listening. Please feel free to send us email at, what's our email, Dave, Mr. Webmaster Man?
It is hello@playinggameswithstrangers.com.
And you can check us out at our new website at playinggameswithstrangers.com as well. So go there and buy our merch and stuff. And listen to all our podcasts. We got Geek This. We got Geek Devotions with Com Talk, Playing Games with Strangers. You're already listening to that. Supersonic Pod Comics, Strangers and Aliens. Check out the stuff Josiah does.
Good.
Am I forgetting anything, anybody? I apologize if I am.
Probably, but there you go.
So much stuff out there to support. And until next time, we'll catch you in the next episode. Later.
Bye.
God bless you.
Much
all.
love, guys.
You've been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast, a Supersonic Pod Comics production featuring the voices of J.S. Earls, Catherine Serwinski, Josiah Crandall, Steve MacDonald, and John Harju. The theme music is Exit Zero by Sovereign Citizen and the Nonprofits, used with permission. Find more of their work on Facebook or wherever else you purchase music digitally. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you download it from to help other listeners find this podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.